Bing. Hi.
Bing bang bong.
Hi.
Bosh. Oosh.
Welcome to episode 333 of the UK's number one show to do a vaping broadcast from the UK is, of course, the UK Vape Show with myself, Vaping with Vic, with Aidan from Little Bro Vapes Reviews, and, of course, Adam from What's That Behind You?
I don't want to talk about it. We've just been talking about this before. I'm no longer YouTubing. After the last couple of days that I've had, I've had my fill.
Yeah,
What's happened?
He's been busy doing the whole preparing all the podcast shit.
When I get onto my bit, I'll tell you. There's no point even going through it.
So
let's pass it over to Adam.
No, we're passing it to you first. No, you
I
first,
was
Aidan.
first last week. I was not first last week. I don't want to go first again.
Vic can't remember who was first.
Can't remember what the fuck happened yesterday.
We've got 2 shows in a row. We're doing absolutely fucking fantastic.
We are. 2 shows in a row.
Of course, we're great. First of all, I want to do a big shout out to Louise. She's worked her absolute boobaloobles off for the last month and a half on this coursework, and she got put in at 3 o'clock this afternoon. She stayed up till like 2 o'clock last night in the morning just to get it done. And poor lass, she's done it all. She's got in the bath and then she's gone straight to bed. So big shout out to Louise, because she's really put the effort in, and I've not been able to be at my desk. So she's took this over to get it all done over the last week or so. What am I vaping on? I've been very poddy, again, because I've been all snivelly wobbly. This is the Fusion R. I really do like this. This is really, really stealthy from Hellvape. Really decent pods. I think I've had this pod for about 5 weeks, still going strong. In there, I've got some of that, is it whatever it is, Hayati. They do the disposables. That's the Blue Fusion. I really do like that. Then I've got the Oxford Pro.
Good back.
In that, I've got some, this same company with some peach in there. Very nice and peachy. And then a couple of days ago, I was just telling the lads, I wanted something to try and get me, my taste buds going again. So Legio X sent me some juices which I'm going to review. I've got a little segment to do before I go to Expo. But this is the Frigus Mint. When I first said that, I thought a little bit more like Monty Python. Frigus? The Frigus?
Biggest dickers.
Yeah, biggest dickers. It's the Frigus Mintus. So I thought, I'm going to try this, and I want to see what it is, and it is really, really nice. And when I first did it, obviously I've had a problem inhaling direct to lung because I've been coughing. That made me cough, because it is quite minty. It's like a triple X sort of, the thing. They're not Trebor, are they?
Yeah, Trebor extra strong.
Yeah, triple X. It's got that sort of, or to me, remember, taste is subjective. It's got that to it. But really, really nice. If you want something to clear your palate, that is really, really nice. I haven't put any nicotine in it yet, so I'm going to... The way they've done their juices is that you can actually mix it so they can go into pods, or you can use it, obviously, direct to them like this. So I'm going to mix that differently so I can actually put it in the pod. But very, very nice. We've got the Soul Keeper from Ulywell. Got to get it in there, Adam. With the tallow... with the Tallow X on there, which is really, really good. I love that. Really nice, clear airflow. And there we go. I love her name. Billy Lee Rice. It is like a triple X mint, isn't it? That's what I'm getting. Minus the fluff that's normally in me mum's pocket when she used to give me them.
And that was Aidan.
I'm glad you fucking remember who I am.
Yeah. I had to think there. On to Adam.
He's not on the list. He's not on the list.
Mr. Podcaster Extraordinaire, aren't you, Adam?
So, do you know what, right? So over the last 2 days, this is why I'm YouTubed out. Over the last 2 days, I am now on Amazon Music, Audible, and Spotify with the podcast. I am also... I've taught myself RSS feed and how to auto-distribute new versions of the podcast.
You're not doing that sort of thing where you start crumbling things up against the microphone, are you?
Oh, a bit of ASMR.
Oh, sorry. What did you say?
No, RSS feed.
Oh, right. I thought you were...
Someone's just had a brain orgasm. Apparently that's what ASMR is. But, yeah, I've done all that, and I'm now middle of June. That's how far I'm in front on the podcast, because obviously it's all the back catalogue of what's on the channel. that's now gone up onto the podcast feeds, which has taken me to the middle of June, as well as recorded some stuff today. I've recorded 3 videos today. It's just been, I tell you, it's been a thing. It's been a thing. But yeah, it's nice to be vaping. It's nice to talk about something vapey. So the WhatsApp behind you and the It's All a Little Weird, which is what the podcast is called, is cheap plug there, is being forgot about tonight. But I am vaping something proper. I've got the Squid Industries double barrel.
Oh, the old double barrel. Not that stupid fucking shitty square one that bankrupted them.
Yeah, well, this is the V3.
Yeah.
With the Purge X RDA on top. If I remember rightly, when I did once upon a blue moon review it, I did say that it's the most contradicting RDA I have ever used, because one of the airflow, the Cyclops airflow, is horrendous. It's fucking dreadful. But the hold mesh, I don't know if it will, I'm not got no light there. The meshed pinhole airflow, tasty.
Yeah, the honeycomb.
Tasty and smooth. And in that...
Absolutely, pugs. Adam's always been known for his matchy setups.
And...
You should see his pants and his socks.
Oh, I ain't got none on. I've got fluid on them. I've got a bit of fluid on the lungs, as they say. I've got the cobalt, which, to be honest with you, is like liquid crack. The blue raspberry cream soda. I am going to build the Pulse AIO and have some old boy in there at some point, just because I feel like it's needed. I'm also on, because I'm not going to be able to sub out for too long.
Isn't it? Gaily Bops, big cuddles.
Also on the B60. In the B60, I have got some Riot Bar Edition Pink Lemonade. Something a little bit different. I ain't had a pink lemonade in ages.
The Bar Edition Riot from the pink lemonade's actually quite nice.
Yeah.
A little bit too sweet, but it's quite nice.
Yeah. Well, I hadn't had a pink lemonade in a very long time, so I've got some of that in it. And then finally, that's 20 milligrams, so that's nice. Oxford X-Slim. In that, I've got some of this.
Cheers, sensor, all the way for sunny Perth. Bar salts.
Bar salt. This is Vampire Vape's version.
Oh, it's Vampire Vape's one.
Yeah, this is the blue sour raspberry. I've actually got the banana ice in this one. Which...
I think Vampire Vapes has always been a little bit controversial. Some people go, the crap juices. They're one of the first juices I started on, and I love their Parma Violets.
Oh, the Parma Violets was actually quite nice. Yeah.
To be honest with you, I'm not a fan. I don't know why. I think it's because I Heisenberged myself out originally, and since then, I've never really even gone close to Vampire Vape. But these bar salts are all right. That banana's all right. It's a bit foamy banana and ice, but it's all right.
The problem I had with Vampire Vapes is they had a nasty tendency, and they still do have a nasty tendency of putting far too much fucking sweetener in their liquids.
Yeah. But it's I'm going to steal a word from the kids. It's mid. It's very mid.
Well, it's like average.
Yeah.
They did a section with. They did a rhubarb. They did these like 30ml short. Like,
Yeah.
Yep. And they were really nice. Some of them juices were nice.
Yeah, I just to be honest with you, the best Parma Violet I ever tried was Elements. Element did Zen, if you remember.
Best Parma Violets I had was from Trip Hammer.
And that's me. To be honest with you, I'm going to vape some of the blue raspberry cream pie, and I'm going to be on my B60. So I don't even know why I've shown you other stuff, because that's about all I'm going to vape.
Okay, guess it's my turn then. On the desk, I've got a bottle of Parker fountain pen ink that I'm not vaping on. I just thought I'd see if I've got ink on my table.
I like that. Have you got a quill?
Doing a bit of calligraphy.
No, I've got this. Got this from Vape Smarter, because I love fountain pens. Love the old school.
We should get
pens.
together. We should do some ASMR with it.
I used to, when I was at school, that's what they actually taught you to write with. You had to, it were a part at junior school that I did, so you'd end up going with it all down your arm.
Yeah. So, usual setups for me. I've got the Taita RD, not the RD. Yeah, it's actually the Taita RDTA on the Taita AIO from Vapon. Is it Vapon? Yeah, it's Vapon. peach custard. Freshly dry burned. You'll see that in one of the episodes because I purposefully, you know what I'm like when I'm vaping, I just vape, and then a slug dies in the coil, and then I show it in camera, and everyone goes, ew! And that's what I've done with this, so I can show what a coil looks like when a slug dies on it, and I've actually got it on camera for eSig 101 Season 4. Yeah. Too many, with the Osiris 25, and in that, I don't have black vine. I've actually got some of that in there. Fluide.
So you've got fluid on the lungs as well tonight.
I hope you start saying that. They'll be capturing it and doing it as a short.
And I have got just for my 20mg Nick salt kick. I've got because they sent a fucking box of these bastards in, so I've got loads of them. So I've got the solo bar with the whole revolving pod. That one's some cherry thing. That one's fucks that. That's another cherry thing. That one is blue raspberry, which is actually quite nice. And then there's that one that I'm vaping on right now, which is grape
make
ice.
sure you tune into his 101 on flavours.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Cherry.
And yeah, that's it. I've only got three kits going right now.
Look at you being a salt convert, a 20mg salt convert.
I never used to love nicotine. I fucking hated nicotine salts, and it was always freebase with me. Always fucking freebase. And then I started reviewing these bastards.
The problem that I have is do you know what? I love Subomin, and there are some great juices out there. But there is a little small caveat, right? There's something about when you get started on nic salts at 20mg that I cannot do, even though I need it, more than 12mg freebase, and even that's a real push. Just because I've got so used to it. I used to like the hybrid stuff by Riot. Now I can't vape anything other than the bar edition.
I love me 20mg nic salts.
Yeah.
See, I never used to like it. And then I started reviewing disposables, and these things started coming in. There was the Riot Connects things, which again was 20mg nic salts, and you start getting used to it.
The thing is, and this is, I have this conversation with customers on a daily basis, that nic salts are natural nicotine. They are. Yeah. It's the same as having a cigarette. When you have your first cigarette, you cough and splutter. Don't get me wrong, but once you get used to it, it's a smooth, enjoyable nicotine hit.
No, and you don't cough as much as 18mg freebase though.
Exactly that. That's what I mean.
That's rough.
I was having this conversation with someone who came in shop the other day, and I went, I am full blown jealous of people who can quit smoking today, because obviously you can go straight onto 20mg. Yes, you're going to cough a little bit, but you'll get used to it. At least when we were doing it, and you could get like 36mg nicotine,
freebase,
brute force, and ignorance. That's how you quit smoking back then. You went, I'm all right.
I can still remember the first draw I had on the Jack Vapor VIP Cigalite kit with its 38mg freebase tobacco cartridge. Yeah. It was fucking rough.
I was never interested in that when I started. I think probably the top whack I'd probably go for 12mg. There was no way I was doing that. It just choked the shit out of you. I didn't want that feeling in your throat. But when I was reviewing quite a lot, I'd got down to the point where I was like near enough at zero.
Yeah.
I'd have a bit if I were a bit stressed, and I was nearly at zero. But then obviously when the nic salts came out, it was like, I quite like them. Because you got the nick and you also got the flavour, and it was so yeah, that's what I did.
And you didn't get the hacking cough at the end.
No, you didn't.
36mg, you're like that. All right, I'm fine. It's fine. And then you get all the. Can you remember that accomplishment? And people in chat will agree with this as well. That accomplishment when you went 36, 24, 18, 12, 6. You were like, I'm on 6mg now. I'm fine. My favourite juice was Cheap Thrills, strawberry glazed donut. Yeah, Cheap Thrills, strawberry glazed donut in 6mg. It was throaty. It was sweet.
Oh. God, I remember back in the day when I was not so much heavily into rebuildable drippers, but when I was using drippers like the Goons, I've still got the Goons here. I was direct lunging 12mg freebase and thinking nothing of it. And then
Grim Green still does it now. Yeah. It's like that.
Just direct lunging 12mg freebase and not thinking a thing about it.
Yeah, hacking a lung up. Just off, you know me, mate. I wear a bit of makeup now and again. But yeah, I've done Nick salts, like sub-ohming them. People used to go, "Why are you doing that?" And he's like, "Well, yeah, I'm quite happy at 0.4."
Yeah.
Mine, my transition to Nick salts came at lockdown. When lockdown happened, I think a lot of people were in the same boat, and we've seen the other side of it where people went the opposite way and picked up cigarettes. I went from probably I run about 1.5. I don't think I ever managed to get fully down to 0. I got down to about 1.5 milligram, and then lockdown happened, and I just went, oh, there's a bottle of 20 milligram nicotine salts. I will have a partake in that. And I was direct to lunging on a dripper or in an RTA, 20 milligram salts from shop.
Oh, you can do that easy with 20 milligrams.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, you can do it easily. Not with fucking freebase, you can't, though.
No. Especially Hanson.
Before, obviously, I think it were it Mojo or something that they came over one Expo, and they wanted us to test these out and review them.
Moto.
And then we all looked at them, and they were 50 milligram.
Yeah, it was the American pods. They had 50 milligram salts in them. Yep.
And they were like, Jesus Christ, you took like 3 or 4 drags and you were seeing elephants.
I genuinely, when we were at that point, and they were, if you remember, Kilo.
Oh yeah, Kilo liquids. Yep.
Kilo did the 1K. Kilo did the 1K pre-filled pod system quite a few years ago, and they did 50 milligram. It wasn't Momo, it was Moto. That's
Moto, yeah. Momo was the juicers. They did some real. I love their lemon drizzle cake.
Yeah, well, but they did the Kilo 1K was in 50 milligram, and I'll never forget. Yeah. I'd sit there going like that, editing or doing something, just sat in front of the computer, and before you know it, you're like that.
They had some lovely. They did do normal 20 milligram.
Yeah.
But that was a lovely little pod kit.
Matt.
It were like a thin little kit, wasn't it? Just that really nice. Pre-filled pods, just click top, some really nice. And before you knew it, you were like, nice juices.
Kilo 1K. They did the what were it called? Kilo Lime Berry or something like that. It was banging.
Oh yeah, the Kilo liquids are fucking phenomenally good.
Yeah.
Fucking expensive though, but they were good.
Oh, they were.
But
I reviewed all their line. Again, they used to have a big stand as well, didn't they? At Expo,
Yeah. They did.
Them come back.
They did.
I don't know if they're still going.
I think they are. Kilo, I think they're still on the go.
I remember Element, and I remember speaking to the guy, their head developer, their juice developer at Expo a couple of years ago, and he was stood there, and he looked so disheartened, and they were releasing the Click Clack. And I said to him about Zen, and I said to him about Freshly Squeezed. Can you remember Freshly Squeezed by Element?
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yep.
Yeah, like
wasn't she connected to him? You want water?
Oh, fucking Ashley. I think that's her name.
Connected something to do with that.
She had something to do with them. I think because originally, Do You Want Water? She had something to do with Strawberry Queen, and then she shifted to Element, from what I remember. Element
Strawberry Queen.
Element or Kilo or some shit like that, but she had something to do with them. She did.
Strawberry Queen.
Thingy from Castle Vapes.
Ian.
Ian. Yeah. One Expo, he was working on the stand for them as well.
Was he?
Yeah, one year he worked on the stand.
Fuck.
I remember the Strawberry Queen reminds me of Mark so much. Because obviously they sent him the liquid and he went... He went, I tried to review it with a straight face, and you could see it. Mark went...
Oh yeah, Mark can't hide it in his face. No, he can't hide it.
Did they not ask him to take his review down? And he said, no, I won't.
Yeah.
They asked him to take the review down, and he went, no, I'm not doing that. It's the review. I've done it. I'm not taking it down.
Yeah.
Mush.
It was...
How you doing, Mush?
It Strawberry Queen, but no Element. I was speaking to the head mixer, one of the head mixers, about like all of his old liquids, and he'd got this real big disheartened look on his face. And I says to him, "What's up? Do you want a coffee? Do you want something?" And he went, "I don't want to make disposables anymore." And I went,
All the companies get pushed into it because if they didn't, they'd end up going bust.
To be fair, the freshly squeezed, Pugs just said it was fit as fuck. Yes, it actually was. Freshly squeezed tastes like Sunny D. It were absolutely banging. And to be honest with you, I haven't had a good orange juice flavour in a long, long time.
The best orange, the best straight orange, just straight orange, was the blood orange from Decadent Vapor.
Decadent Vapor,
yeah, blood orange.
God, it was fucking phenomenal, that juice. Oh! But again, the problem with Decadent Vapor is too damn expensive.
Again, orange is one of them strange flavours that if you don't get quite right, you end up getting that pithy taste.
Yeah,
you know, like the
it's
outside
not
bit
good.
of it. You don't get that sweetness of the orange.
Yeah. It's not good.
But element were banging.
Massive coil killer.
Oh yeah, they were. They were.
Empire Vapes had a great one, Vic.
Actually, yeah, that's right, because Empire came out with their own line, and they had a good orange one in there as well. I think it was the Seville orange they done. I think it was a Seville orange based one they done, from what I remember.
What else to do?
Bruise Bros chilled orange juice is the only one I enjoyed. William Dobson says.
Hi, Jackie.
Hi, Jackie. Hope you're feeling better on.
She told me off for last week because my camera was being flashed out by the back. So I said to her, I'm gonna spend on payday and buy myself a dummy battery pack for my DSLR so I can set that up eventually.
Yeah, I keep meaning to set my DSLR up, but there's nothing wrong with this picture.
No. Everyone's always had good times with the C920. I never have.
C920 is a phenomenal little camera.
The problem when they changed the actual, you had to keep going back to the old settings. I think I've got it somewhere still saved. So when they changed the way you actually did your settings, you couldn't do as much as what you could do then. They took it away. You could do all the darkness and everything to it to make it look quite.
The thing is that I bypass that now, and I use the camera settings from inside Streamlabs itself to not use the because the Logitech software sucks. It's just fucking awful.
Yeah.
But I was always envious of Mark. Mark could set up a C920 to look like a DSLR, and I was like, oh, mate, I can't wait. I'll get a C920.
That's because he only needed a really small box.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. When you're a normal sized person,
you need to spread the box out a bit more. It's
Metal Vapor. I don't play World of Warships that much. I'm more into Star Trek Online these days, to be honest. I haven't played World of Warships for good number of months
Let's
now.
not get back into retro gaming. Oh my god.
Oh, World of Warships isn't retro.
End,
World of Warships isn't retro.
Just again, a couple of other companies that have sort of gone missing. I know obviously Zeus Juice as well. I don't know if they're going to have a stand there.
I don't think so.
12 Monkeys.
Actually, should we have a look at the map?
Have we got the map?
I can get the map.
You get the map. 12 Monkeys was one that I was talking about the other day. I have not seen them in time.
Monkey.
Anytime, because they used to have a big stand as well, didn't they?
They did. UK Vapor Expo. Right, let's have a look at this map.
Don't forget to turn screen sharing on.
Yeah.
Yourself.
I'm going to be putting it on this. Exhibitor list, blog.
No, it's not going to be no good. We won't be able to see it.
No, I'll be on Zoom. It'll be on Zoom.
Oh, that's all right. Make sure you do it on a big picture.
I don't need it that big because I've got my glasses on now.
All right, there it is. There's fucking.
The trouble is when I put mine, I look like a fat Alan Carr.
Go on, put them on.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to.
Vapor Expo me. Download the PDF.
Quick.
Stretch that out. I'm going to pop that there, and let's do. Oh, the glasses are on.
I look like a fucking fat Alan Carr. I've got Adele on speed dial.
Get rid of that shit at the side.
Oh!
This is fucking content.
Right.
This is what you came for, people.
Screen share, and then we need to do that.
Your uncle always did that, didn't
he? Yeah, you just wait. Saturday night, they're all going to be sat there like that.
Now I better move the chat.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. It's disappeared from... Why the fuck's it disappeared from the screen?
Well, I can see it.
Yeah, you can see it, but I'm not seeing it on OBS Streamlabs.
Oh my God, Vic, please do me a favour.
What?
on your YouTube channel, knock off some of them notifications. 859.
Shut up. Why is it not showing up on the main screen? Hold on, I need to do...
Ladies and gentlemen, Vic does not respond to your comments, and that's why. Notifications.
Just send a link to that page in whatchamacallit, and I'll get it up and share it.
Yeah, I think you'll need to share it, so I need to do that. Yeah, it completely knocked it out from Streamlabs. See, we're back now.
If you want to send it in the group or send it on the show.
I'll send it in group. Copy.
What, group on here or group on YouTube?
Facebook. Paste. There we go. Oh, look at that. Vaporesso's got their live show up with 13 people watching.
What on?
On Facebook. I told them it was a bad idea to broadcast at the same time as this show, but they wouldn't listen.
Oh, you show off.
Share screen.
Right, I need to... Okay, try it now.
Enable it, yeah.
Try it now.
It's a good thing I went on to this week's post bag, innit? Because I was just looking at the old one going, I know them questions.
Right, it should be up, yeah?
Yeah, it's up.
You have got it up.
Yeah. So we've got Voom. Vavavoom.
Right there.
They've been doing a lot, haven't they? That gold bar, they've been pushing it really, really big.
They've been doing a lot with the gold bar stuff. There's actually still a number of stalls that are just dot. There's nobody booked them yet.
Can I just be controversial? The gold bars are violent. Oh, I don't like them.
I've not tried them.
They are way too sweet. I've tried them. They're way too sweet.
We've got Inikin. Inikin are there.
I'll be ignoring them.
Which way are we going round first?
Vaporesso.
Mr. Fogg, Aldi.
There's still a lot of disposals, isn't there?
Oh yeah, there is. There is.
Smock.
Oh.
Horizon Tech. That's nice to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to see Horizon back.
Snow Plus again. They're more pods.
Yeah, but
look, the big area that everybody's looking for.
Look at the interesting stuff because it says on hold. So your disposable one, IVG on hold, D60 Hayati on hold, Elux on hold, SKE which is Crystal on hold.
There's a lot of ones that are still on hold, and we're only what 4 weeks away.
Yeah.
Boom. There.
Oh fuck, Kangar's there.
Yeah.
Sneaking in corner. And Hangson.
Which they're now called what's it called? A Pell or something like that.
Yeah, they changed their name. They changed their name because the Hang Seng company got bought out by another company, and they've been doing a bit of a name change over the past couple of months.
They were Atom for a while.
Vaporesso. Well, there's a Smodus in the top row.
Yeah, UL on bottom.
Please don't come there, and I hope they haven't got pods. Bar juice.
Yeah.
So there's no Steam Crave. I've not seen that.
Nah, I'm not seeing it either.
Stage catering. That's the home zone, isn't it, at the end?
Yeah, the home zone's tucked next to the stage.
Is that vape on there? Oh, no, vape gin?
Oh,
Vape
look, some of the other names have popped in when you zoomed in.
Oh. Shenzhen Raymond.
Oh yeah, there we go. There's more popping in. Look at that.
Jewel?
J-Well. They're an old company.
J-Well? Give over.
J-Well. They're a very old company. They done a couple of really, really good single coil RDAs back in 2016, 2017.
I just need to bring chat back up. Where are you? Oh shit!
I haven't got mine up because I'm doing this.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm bringing it up because we're all like, "Oh wow!" Oh,
Again, Push Shot and Hay Bar, Magic Bar.
Beco, they're another disposable company.
YHS, Green Wings Project.
Wow, look at
UK
UKVA. UKVA's got a double width stand this time. Oh, look at that.
How much abuse. I'm going to talk about them a little bit later on because there's some stuff I want to get out about what was said about our thingy. Vape on hold.
Yeah.
Great, Nick. What's
Snapple.
that? Snapple e-liquid?
Snapple e-liquid. It's a German company, I think.
Oh, CC Coil says all of the stands are on hold, even mine.
Oh, right. So they just say on hold just for right.
Tucci, OBS, and Dark Horse.
Look
UL
at-
and UL disposables.
Dovepo have teamed up with Ultimate and Cutwood on the same stand. I didn't know Cutwood
Oh, wow.
liquids. There's another expensive liquid.
Oh, Cutwoods. I used to love Cutwoods. Oh. That's another one that's stupendously sweet.
Yep.
Again, you're going back. I know we were speaking about it. You know when you used to buy juices, 30 mil, with 13 mil, we're nicking it for about 30 odd quid.
Okay.
Yeah, those were the days.
Pro Max. So is that Tom?
It
Yeah.
might be.
Think it might be. Yep.
Juice.
Don't
What they
forget,
did
Tom.
was did they get the Aspire? Is it A1?
R1.
R1, and then they had their juice with it. Smart Horizon Tech. V Feel.
It's a pod company.
V-Feel are part of Feelum, though.
Yeah, they are a part of Phelan Tech. Oh, there's
Lost
Lost
Vape.
Vape.
And Urara.
ASDF. What? Well, that's like somebody just rolled their face on the keyboard to get the name for their company. ASDF.
There's somebody there who couldn't give a fuck. Just went vape.
Vape.
Oh, don't tell me.
Oh
Zebra
no!
Juice.
Don't tell me they're bad. Jesus, they fucking are as well.
Fucking Zebra Juice are back.
The most annoying fucking marketing thing that they do with their fucking zebra fucking zoo
All
thing
them
that they
good
do.
Zulus all going round and
First Union Bank there.
yeah.
Beat 'em.
Someone's missed out the B there.
Memes.
Memos.
Haiti. I like their juices.
Oh, there's Fumitech. I haven't seen Fumitech for fucking ages.
I wonder if Snow Plus are part of Snow Wolf.
No, they're I did a thingy. They're a pod company.
Oh.
They did a thing as well with caffeine.
Yep.
Hosun. Moki.
Kingston
Mocky.
E-Liquids.
Quito, that's a pod.
That's what I named that for vaping.
Yeah. Quito.
Quitio.
They're a pod company.
It's Quitio.
Aldi.
Mr. Fogg. Aldi, yeah.
Mosmo, Pura, that's a
Pura.
disposable company. Max Fell, never heard of them.
I see
Vaporesso.
Vaporesso near the front though. Vavavoom.
Voom.
Oxford, straight as you walk in. Ganga.
Surprised
Which dark is
Kanga's there,
dark?
actually. Hang Sen, Barong.
Why
and
is this
Barong.
Why is this cellular workshop?
Fuck knows.
Mass King. Free Max are there.
Oh, good.
That's
Mass
good.
King are them that were using the Yeehee chip.
Yep.
Twister Bar and Aladdin Pro.
DV brands UK and EU.
We'll go into
That's
the
Decadent Vapors,
zone
isn't
in
it?
a minute.
Yep.
Anna Boy. Look
That
at
looks like-
World Vapors Alliance.
Oh, the WVA are there. Oh,
WWF
Chem
there.
Navatic. Chem
Why do we
Navatic's
need
there.
canoe logistics?
Canoe.
I'm a canoe with shit on my shoe. High power vapor cell. I would imagine they're batteries, yeah.
You'd expect, wouldn't you?
Awesome. See if they can give me give me some batteries so I don't need to fucking buy them. Do you know who I am? Give me some of your batteries.
So the one that we're all going to be going to.
Yeah.
So straight as you go in, you've got the Vape Smarter. That's go everywhere, and it's
Stewart.
going to be good. Death Wish,
Hi, Pip.
ODB Wraps, the Alchemist Cupboard.
So that'll be
which
Alchemist,
were
that'll
doing
be
Pixie
Alchemist,
Juice
yeah,
stuff,
Alchemist
weren't
and
they?
Pixie.
He's really nice, him.
GraphX. That's basically the coiling row down there. So you've got GraphX, Ian with CC and Rising Sun.
No coils with Scott. Oh, there you go. Or a Maxine new vape. One that everybody needs to be going to.
Fluide.
Never heard of them. Don't know who they are.
And again, Shy Tots.
Yay,
Everybody's going
Jane
there as
Dowd.
well.
Jane.
I absolutely adore Jane, and every single time, and it'll never grow old for me. I always think it sounds like shite hot.
The King's Custard, another one too.
What liquid you vaping there? It's shite hot. Yeah.
Our vape advocacy.
That's the one that I've been seeing popping up a lot on Facebook. It's to do with the flavour bans and shit.
You are dead to me, Victrum.
Oh, that's nice to see as well.
Rose.
Black Rose and Lexus. Make sure you get yourself over there. They're really nice as well.
And
So
Grove
there's still
Trading.
a couple of stands here, isn't there?
Grove Trading is Rick Grove from modmaker.co.uk.
He did really well last year, but he was just a bit. He didn't really know how it were all working with the background and stuff like that. So there's like 1, 2, 3 stands.
Yeah, there's a few
4,
empty stalls.
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8. Oh no, that's not in the.
Yeah, that's in the main stall. That's in the
so
main floor.
There's 1, 2, 3.
That's it, Sean.
4 in the main bit, and then there's 1, 2, 3 on the coil buildings part of it.
I'm
The
so
bit that
surprised.
upsets us all though is that they're there. Why?
That fucking
They put
stage.
because they put it close to the bar.
Yeah, well, they should be moving the fucking bar as well.
I mean, at least it's gonna be Johnny and do you want water this time round, and not those two that were on in fucking October last year, because he was fucking hopeless.
Yeah. Oh, they've got the casino back as well. I enjoyed the casino. That was a good laugh.
Yeah, other than when you walked into a casino and thought you'd won something, it were all free coins.
Well, the casino, they give juice and stuff and pod kits out this time round.
Oh. Instead
I'll
of
stop
fake
sharing
coins
now,
for a
shall I?
10ml bottle.
And we're back. I better sort the screen out. There we go. So,
Lovely.
just a quick look at that. About half of them are names I recognise as disposables. Half of them.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's going to be as bad as it was last year with the disposable stuff. I don't think it is. There's a few big names that have came back that I've noticed.
Aidan, I want to be the word. I want to be the man. I want to be the reminder. What were you going to say about UKVA?
I don't think it was UKVA, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know. Can't remember. Are you sure it was UKVA? It was something else I was going to talk about. It was somebody else I was going to talk about.
You went after what's been said. You left it very cryptic.
Oh yeah, that was it. So obviously we didn't do a show until totally right, mate. Fucking brains this shed. We didn't do a show for quite a while after we did that sort of.
Yeah, because we all fell ill.
Yeah, and there was obviously my brother did a little bit of a on his sort of like vlog that he did. I know also Flat Cat Vapor did a little bit as well. What they were basically saying that there were some questions that we didn't ask. Now, what we did was before they came on, a good week before it, we asked people to put the questions that they would like to be asked. And what I say is, why didn't you put your questions that you wanted us to ask in there? So what we did was we had such a broad spectrum of things to try and get through, of how things were and what they were about, and there was just so much to try and fit into 2 hours. And I know a lot of people think we should have dragged them a bit further under the coals.
I can attest with you on that one, because I read the comments after and they went, "Oh, there's just a bit more of a free." It wasn't. It was inviting someone onto our show. I think one, we gave them a fair crack at whip. I think 2, we gave a fair opinion of what UKVIA are actually doing in the background, which is what we were all pissed off about.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, John spoke like a politician, but what else do you expect?
Well, he was bound to.
I think what we did, and Aidan is nailed on right. We put a question bag out there, and if you wanted some tough, hard questions asking, which we did the vast majority of them, you should have asked.
Because
Yeah.
I didn't want that show to turn into Vic versus John with me becoming Jeremy Paxman on Newsnight. Answer the question! Answer the fucking... I didn't want it to turn into that, because then John would have just been put off. He would have clammed up, and he wouldn't have said a fucking thing.
again, I think you just hit the nail on the head with it. If you start massively attacking him, you haven't done this, you haven't fucking done that, you haven't done this, you're just going to close the show down.
Oh, yeah.
Where what we wanted to do was we wanted to get somebody on, and we wanted the show to flow. So I think we asked quite a number of questions. We had figures. We've done as much homework and tried to make it so it wasn't an easy ride.
In fact, some of the questions, I think it was Darren Bunny's other half. Some of the questions that Darren asked, they never even popped into my head, and I was like, "That's a fucking good question, Darren," because Darren came out with some really fucking hard questions, really hard ones.
He was very, very open with figures and amounts and stuff like that. If we'd have gone hardcore, crack the whip, and Sean, you're right, he did give the old dip and twirl, but there's certain things that are covert operations we don't need to know about. The thing that we're interested in was, what is he doing for us? And first and foremost, he came out and blatantly said it, that they are a business group that work with the consumer.
Yeah, they're a trade body.
They're a trade body that work with the consumer. And trust me, it's one of them things. If they do well for the trade, then the only thing that can happen is it can really work out for the consumer.
Fucking pugs.
For fuck's sake, pugs.
Yeah, I thought it was very well thought out. But we managed to get him on, and I wouldn't say comfortable, but we got some good questions. We got some good answers.
Oh, you
could
see if you go back and watch it with when the casters questions, but you could see John was becoming a little bit uncomfortable with the expressions on his face.
Especially when that lady from the Guardian came, I think she put a brilliant question. I think one of the things that Flat Cat was saying is as well. How do you actually feel that the members who you are actually paying you to do that job are now getting WhatsApp groups and getting stuff like that all together, sort of behind your back? He did duck and weave, but you expect somebody who sits in Parliament all the time to do that.
So some behind the scenes stuff as well, right? We gave John the option to just do an hour.
We did,
right?
Yeah,
because if shit had have gone south, one, we didn't want it to happen on Vic's channel, because obviously it's not nice, and we've got community guidelines, and someone somewhere could have gone, oh, they're all bullying him or something along those lines. But we gave John the opportunity at the beginning, if he only wanted to do an hour, to do an hour.
And I also gave John the opportunity of not being here by himself. I said to John, there's going to be 3 of us. You're going to be throwing questions from the crowd. I don't want you sitting here by yourself, which is why the original idea of having Robert on with him, Robert Sidebottom from that other advocacy place, and then Robert pulled out at the last minute, and John was still willing to come on by himself, which says a lot about John.
Yeah.
Believe in yourself. Just coming in now. But the last bit I heard, there are many trades out there, some of which are somewhat notorious, but like any trade, the cream rises to the top. It's very, very true.
Very true.
It's very, very true. But it's Bunny, you're absolutely nailed on. He isn't doing anything for us as a consumer. He's doing it for the trade, because do you know what? But he can switch and change back to cigarettes. We're not going to even deny that. And the UKVA could swap to the UK TV and video store for the future, instead of being a vaping advocacy group. But he is trying to do what's there for the trade, and we just get the back roll of it. We'll always just get the back roll of it.
And the problem is as well, this whole spin-off group that happened in WhatsApp, they decided to actually finally get together, and guess what? It's another fucking trade group. Because I watched their live show, and they were going, well, we're here to represent our members, and we're here to represent our businesses, and we're another trade group. So hold on a fucking minute here. You've got IBVTA, which is a trade group. You've got UKVA, which is a trade group. The new trade group, which is the third one, didn't like what the second trade group was doing, so split off and formed a third trade group. Whoever's in Parliament, which is probably going to be Labour, let's be honest, whoever's in Parliament in 2025, if they sit down with the Science and Technology Commission, whoever's going to head it next year, and it's probably going to be a Labour member that's heading the Science and Tech Commission next year, because the Conservatives are going to be in the minority. They're going to be the opposition. They're going to be the opposition party. What I am worried about Not this year. What I'm worried about next year, when the conversation actually starts, is who's going to be representing us at the Science and Tech Commission. IBVTA, a trade group. UKVA, a trade group. This new bunch. 3 trade bodies. And in those 3 trade bodies, not so much IBVTA, but UKVA and the third new one, the members are split and shared between the 2 bodies. So, what the fuck is the point in having 3 trade bodies with 3 different spokespeople all saying the same thing? What's the point?
I tried to explain this to you the other week on 3 Men and a Vape Show. I think I even said it on here. I think one of the biggest things that we could have took from when John was on here was the fact of that there's nothing we can do at this present second.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Until we know who's actually in government.
Yep.
Now, you've got to think already the smoking legacy that Sunak wants of that nobody from 2009 would be able to buy cigarettes. You've got the backbenchers that are going, look, you're taking freedoms away, it's not conservative, blah, blah, blah. So they're fighting that stuff. That isn't even coming in. Or they're fighting that, whether they're in or whether they're not. And a lot of people, I know you've said it as well, my brother said it, about the shadow health minister of Labour is massively against.
Oh, yeah, he's anti-vaping.
But again, if just say Labour do get in, we know what happens. They shuffle the cabinet around so much. And so that can all change. The same way as it all changed. 1 minute Boris were in and everything was hunky-dory about vaping. There was not a problem. And then the same thing can happen. But us at the minute, all right, we can sign all the petitions, which I highly recommend everybody to do it. Get themselves out there and get that done. But until we know what we've got to face, there's nothing that UKVA or the Nicotine Alliance or any of us can do until we know what we're actually battling against.
Yeah, until we know who the new government is.
And
How
that's
you doing,
when we
Batman?
all come together and fight them.
The other side of it, and one of the big problems that John actually brought to light, where even if and even when we pull together something that is consumer based, the amount of money that it is going to cost, and this was one of the good things that came out of John, and he didn't skate around it. He did turn around and go, yes, our company, our non-profit organisation do take in X amount a month, X amount a year. But it costed, I can't remember the exact figure, to sit in front of Parliament, because obviously he had to rent the room and sit in front of Parliament.
Literally tens of thousands of pounds just for one meeting. Tens of thousands.
So when you think about it, even if and even when we go down the route of a consumer-based party that can go and battle our own battles, the amount of money is huge that it takes to be able to even get in front. And look, right, the vaping community is excellent, but, and there is a big but, we haven't, and personally I haven't, and I know that you two haven't, and I know that a lot of other people haven't got the money to fund ourselves doing that.
Right.
in order to get to that point, this is one of them, if we won the lottery positions, we could get into that position. So we have to do exactly what Aidan said. Sit back, wait until we know exactly what's going off, and then claw tooth and nail, sign every single petition, jump in every single protest, do everything that we can, get feet on the floor, get voices heard. But until then, we are literally sat waiting.
That's all we can do.
Yeah, because you don't know what you're fighting.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. Could be a two-headed monster.
Birdman, Stuart Valentine will be on the show because he will be staying at my house. So we'll
and Budman's going to be on the show next week.
So that's what date is that next week?
It's the 25th.
25th.
The last April of this month. The last April.
He'll be on the week after.
The last Thursday of this month. That's when Budman's going to be on. Next week, basically.
Next week.
Well, lads, we've chatted along. It's nearly 9 o'clock. We haven't even opened the bag of sadness.
Oh, let's get me bag out. Wait there. Oh, let me get me bag out.
Stu, you've got to be. We're actually sat in your bedroom, so you're gonna have to be. You're gonna have to be on the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have still got time. I will refresh the group once more. before we empty the bag. I should have done that before.
Just while we were talking about Flat Cap Vapor, I wish him all the well. He's just designed one of his own mods. Big thumbs up to him. He did say that he's not going to be reviewing anymore, which is a sad loss, but I understand how it is. But big shout out to him and the family. Big love to him, and can't wait to see him at Expo.
I absolutely adore the man, and all the best for the future.
Stuart, you don't need a beeper with us three, for fuck's sake.
No.
Nah, fuck it. Fuck shit, bugger. Shit, bugger, arsehole, tit, wank, bar.
Monkey tits.
Monkey tits.
I love the Queen. Oh, Sean, I miss you, buddy.
Fucking Grizz. You fucking legend.
Big love to Grizz. We're going to have to shout him up and get him on.
Yeah. I might
Get him on as a guest for a week.
Yeah.
Graham Miller writes in, I have a question.
God.
In a world where things are crazy, there is one question that remains unanswered. It's a GIF, by the way, so bear with.
You sure it's a GIF and it's not a video?
No,
Yeah,
it's a...
it's a GIF in it.
How many grapes can you fit up your bum of your bomo? Yeah.
Ah, Jesus, Graham.
Well, the thing is, I'd have to get rid of the ones that are already fucking up there. You know, the files.
I've got 2 bananas and an apple.
Do you know when you were younger and your mum used to say, don't sit on that cold step?
Yeah, you'll get bum grapes.
Yeah, yep.
And now you think she's... And do you know what I didn't realise as well? They actually... they come in grades. Grade 1, grade 2, grade 3 and grade 4.
Virgin, extra virgin, first crush.
Oh, they could be painful. It's like having ET's finger stuck up your arsehole.
Ew, what the fuck?
You say painful? You say painful?
Go home. Go home.
Tony Jones replied to that, saying, I personally haven't tried yet. Can I get back to you?
Neither have I.
Ben Martin writes in.
Ben M.
The wonderful Ben Martin. And he
Big love,
writes,
Ben.
Stuart Valentine, Sarky questions for this week go here. You missed that one, didn't you?
Again, Flat Cap did a video on it. Poor old Ben's been ripped off on it by, what's his name? Is it Dan Thorpe?
Dan
Dan
Thorpe.
Everybody knows this Dan Thorpe. They
And
owe him,
apparently it's-
either his
apparently
money
it's-
back.
Apparently, it's not the first time Dan's did this.
Dan didn't do this for the first time.
What? We're still on about the grapes. If anybody does see this Dan Thorpe or knows where he lives, please get in contact with Ben. We want the money back or we want the carbon, and we're going to be searching for you at Expo if you're coming.
I've seen Shrek's video and I've seen Gaz's video and
Shrek done a video.
Yeah,
Shrek
Shrek done a
done a
video
video as
too.
well. And I've seen them both, and unfortunately, do you know what? It's one of them moments. We have them every now and again, and do you know what? I wouldn't even call it the vape community, because it's not the vape community. It happens all over Facebook.
Oh yeah, it does. It does.
It used to happen years ago on eBay. Can you remember when people used to sell a box, like a PlayStation 5 box?
With nothing in it.
And sell, with nothing in it, and then they sell the box and they'd be like, look, in the description it says it's just a box, it's not a PlayStation.
Do you know the one I always remember? Can you remember one of them expos? I don't know, about 2017, 16, somewhere around about there. We went and a bloke nicked a set of mods off of a stand, but the dickhead had his Facebook, his Facebook group on his fucking thingy and they found it.
Group. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
Because they got the CCT footage. They actually posted it on the Expo website and said, "Look, if you don't bring them back and pay for them as well."
Fucking idiot.
Scott Wood, dickhead done me for 30 quid's worth of 3D printing. Took me hours, bloke scum.
Yep. Same guy.
Oh,
Same guy.
You're talking like in the vape community as well. Scott Ward and Ben M are absolutely fantastic. They're one of the nicest people you'll ever meet in the world.
Cracking question. Thank you very much, Ben. We send our loves, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get to the bottom of something.
Yes, we want to hunt him out.
We want to hunt him down. I want to know that.
Well, there must be juice companies out there that he's ordered from.
Oh, there's bound to be.
There's going to be things so people will start knowing where addresses are.
Yeah. Do you know what? We want to make him kiss the fucking dragon.
Oh,
Oh, That's a bit of a dark and grim conversation that we can have.
Stuff like that over a live stream. Now, if you start finding him, he's got like loads of dragon marks all over his teeth. We're in trouble.
The question is, hypothetically speaking, of course, if you were to, I'd put some tinfoil on top of a battery and stab it to his face. Wow, dark. Dark.
I tell you what, I'm gonna stop doing these fucking videos, mate.
Oh, I tell you, I'm desensitized. I'm absolutely. That's it, Birdman. I can build down to a 0.07. Old 007, old James Bond. You bastard. The best thing is I didn't forget to put the top cap on. I just fucking left it off.
Big love, Anki.
Oh, Birdman, we don't go condoning them kind of builds. Shh, don't say anything. I turned into Steve, BFG then. Don't say anything!
More power!
The wonderful William Dobson writes in. Are you ready? Fluff, planet, shuffle, age, can't remember. And so, after the mother of all trips, we are finally back at Planet Shuffle, and the plans are in place for the piss-up to end all piss-ups.
Yay!
To all casters of the #1 vape show. He doesn't even say UK, he just says #1 vape show.
It kind of is.
You have all been given a special one-off chance to change a moment in history. What moment would you change and why? P.S. With history being decided by voting, Pugs should accept his show is #2 and take it like a man. And as ever, Vic goes last.
Oh, fuck off. Fine.
A moment in history. Do you know what? This is an absolute nothing. I wish I hadn't gone to the bar when I came second. I really wish I hadn't gone to the fucking bar, so I could have gone up on stage and fucking gone cheeky bum wank.
Yeah.
Like Devil Vapor did.
I am so glad I was part of that moment, though. I'm so glad when we run out and we went, "You've come second," and he went,
I thought I'd won the raffle.
Yeah. He thought he'd won meat raffle.
I did, yeah. Pie's about 2 minutes late.
If I could change any moment in history,
that is a good one, Mark Age.
Yeah. Well, you could do even better and say, "What's her name? Who came first? Liz Truss." You'd be like, "Wait a minute."
Do you know what? She got a fucking knighthood for all that shit.
Yeah, I know. What the fuck?
Of course she did. Of course she did. I did. One moment in history. I'd probably stand on end at Titanic and go, "It's not that small, mate. Turn round." You'd probably...
Yeah, then we wouldn't have had that scene when the hand went straight up, would he? I mean, he's...
Exactly. And do you know what? Butterfly effect. We could be in a completely different place now. I'd be like, be careful, right? You think it's a little ice cube in water. Don't worry about that. Swing it round. Come on now.
Swing it round.
Come on. Swing it round.
Yeah, but you see, you get these people, the conspiracy theory is that it was already burning down below, wasn't it? That's what they all say, because there was that black mark on it. And
Exactly.
Well, the other conspiracy is that wasn't actually the Titanic. It was actually the Olympia that was done up to look like the Titanic, and the whole thing was an insurance job.
Yep.
I love a good conspiracy theory. Always have.
And the other one is how big was that fucking door? You could have fit both on him. What's he drowning
Exactly.
for?
Exactly. But we all know.
No, I'll tell you what. I'll hold you up. Get on with me. No, you're just sitting there freezing your tits off, son. You'll be fine.
How many of us have laid there with our lady friend in bed, right? Which is doubles and king size beds. And how many of you still end up sleeping on that much bed?
I do.
You can tell. You can tell why Jack drowned. That's why Jack drowned.
I don't have that problem.
Roll. She rolls. You know what? You know, like rolls over to do that and rolls. I don't. I have to do a udge, turn. Udge, turn. and then leg goes this way, and she's got this weird way of being able to lay in a Z formation.
Yeah.
So her head's sort of here, her arse is over there, and her legs are here. It's like, oh, I'm supposed to fit in this.
I
built
discovered,
like a brick shit house. I can't get in here.
I've discovered that, you know, pillows. I've got this habit of like shoulder barging a pillow, so my pillow sits like that. So I'm like that actually, like flat up against it, so no head on the pillow at all. It's just up against the headboard.
I've got a V pillow.
A V pillow? Is that one of them cuddly ones?
It goes like that. So I actually turn it so it's like an L. So I turn one that sort of that way, and then that one for my head, and then I seem to tuck my arm underneath. And
so you're like in a little crib full of pillows.
Yeah, I am. Yeah. You've got to do that because I know Louise is asleep, so I can get away with this. What Louise does as well is she turns towards me and she blows air out. It's like an 80-year-old bloke blowing up a fucked up balloon.
What the fuck?
So at 12 o'clock at night, it's fine. But by the time you get to 4 o'clock and she's got that shit breath, oh, man. You're looking around, has the dog farted or is it her? So I start doing that thing. So she's laid there and I get the fucking covers and I go like that and just put them over her head quick. And then all of a sudden you go... I hope she doesn't watch the show. She'll proper kill me.
You are dead. I'm surprised I ain't seen a hand come in from nowhere.
I know she's tired.
Go on then, Vic. What are you changing in history?
See, I think this is why William wants me to go last, but it gives me a chance to fucking mull over in my mind the big ones. There's two that stuck in my head, but I'm going to go with one, considering the shit that's happening in the Middle East right now. I would have stopped the assassination of the Shah of Iran back in the late 50s, early 60s. Because if you look at what happened when Iran lost its Shah, it went downhill into fundamentalism and the entire Middle East changed. That's what I would have done.
What's it actually the 70s, didn't? Because obviously he went away to the
Something
US.
like that. It might have been the 70s, yeah.
It was the 70s, because obviously Iran, when it were there, it was like a Western country.
It was.
Wasn't it?
It was like a Western country.
There were women walking around in miniskirts, and
it was the same for Iran, Afghanistan, Iraq was exactly the same. When Iran fell, when Iran fell and lost its Shah, it went to fundamentalism. The second thing I would have done, I would have had a quiet word in Stalin's ear and said, "Don't trust Hitler." It would have shortened. It would have shortened the Second World War by about 2 years.
There you go.
I just while we're talking about this, I was never a big fan of the game Fallout. It was not a game.
I love the game. I love Fallout.
I wasn't very. I'm not really into them shoes as much as I play DayZ quite a lot. But I have absolutely loved.
Have you watched the show?
The new series
show, yeah.
has been brilliant, and it sort of made me look a little bit more. But I tell you what, the way things are going, it makes you think, doesn't it? Governments, they're thinking, right, clear everything.
Have you watched it all?
It does make you think.
Watched all of it. Watched all of it.
It is a good show. They managed to stick with the fundamental basics of what the Fallout series actually was. It's a good show.
There's a lot of Easter eggs in it as
there
well.
There is. It's a good show.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I love them sort of series that they do, where they do sort of like little bits of throwbacks. So you start off with a story, and you're thinking, well, how did he get like that? I've already clicked on that he was that cowboy bloke.
Yeah.
How did he end up like that? And then slowly,
it progresses on. Yeah,
and they all linked it together. Really good. If you've not watched it, it's well worth a watch.
It's definitely worth a watch.
I did say that last week. I did say last week that it is a really good series. We nailed it absolutely all the way through in about 4 days. And yet, Steampugs, Walton Goggins is an absolute fucking legend.
Yep.
I've just watched Invincible. I've just completed all of Invincible, and he plays Cecil in that. It's incredible. Anyway,
William Dobson. That family that dresses up in a red costume?
No.
Cartoon thing?
It is a cartoon thing. Next question. The wonderful Bill Richards writes in.
Bill.
Big love, Bill. Hope you're okay, buddy.
What do you think needs to be done to ensure as many people as possible fill out the consultation response paper to the vaping products duty consultation paper? And we need positive answers, as this is our only legal right to reply.
It would need every single vape shop up and down the country, not just online, but offline either, to put at the end of their receipt the link to this particular petition, to put posters up on the wall advertising the petition. It would take every single vape group, including mine, to put adverts up for it, and it would take every single YouTube reviewer, whether it be UK or non-UK, to mention it as well. The first thing's never going to happen. The second and third thing might happen, but if you don't get the shops involved, it's not going to happen. You've got to get the 3.5 to 4 million average vapor who's using their disposable or using their pod kit that walks into their VPZ to get their 10ml bottle of tobacco juice every week. You've got to get them in their millions to sign the fucking thing, and it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Explain, Vic. Just explain what Bill's on about.
There's actually 2 petitions that's going on right now. I think the one Bill was going on about is the one to do with the flavour side of things, with the whole consultation paper that's going to drop or either already dropped, where the government's asking questions basically about flavours in the UK, because there's 2 consultations going right now from what I remember. The main one is the one to do with flavours. That's the main one, and I think that one's running. I think it's I don't know if Bill's in chat. I think it's running for another couple of months, from what I remember. I think it's a couple of months.
And there's also another. Again, this is another thing that's must be massively confusing to vapors. There's that many petitions going now.
Oh yeah, there is.
So you've got 1, take the VAT off it. 2, stop them from doing this. 3, stop the flavours. There's just so many of them, which I think again confuses people of what they've got to do.
The priorities.
The priorities of where we're sitting. Everybody who's created these petitions are there and got the goodwill of what you should do. Put it in half, clouding it up in it.
That is.
Stuart's just said.
Which one do I sign? Which one do I do? Which one don't I do?
51,887 signed so far on flavours.
That's that main petition that we all know about.
Yeah,
but there's like 2 or 3 other petitions that's currently running as well.
And I'm really hoping as well, when we're all there in May, and I'm hoping I'm not quite sure if we've all got together about any printing of anything. It might mean that we all have to come together and have a little conversation about let's get it on the tables. Let's get it all put around.
Yeah.
Cracking question, Bill. Thank you very much. Right, are you ready for this? And I apologise. If I absolutely murder your name.
Just 2 seconds. He just put in chat there. Bill Richards. It's the vape duty, and includes flavours. The duty will be potentially triple the price of e-liquid, and it's the government's response. Closes on the 29th of May.
Right. So it's the follow-up consultation paper on the first one. Yeah.
Again, everybody should go and do it because it's there to be done on that. But by the time that's put in, we're not sure whether there's going to be that government who's asking you to do it.
Bill, if you would like, after the show, if you want to pop it into the UK Vape Show group, and anyone who is part of the UK Vape Show group who hasn't already signed it or done the consultation, then please head over to the link in the group.
Again, Bill, spread that all over the 3 Men in a Vape Show as well.
Again, I apologise if I murder your name. It's Dis, spelled DHYS, Slick Ravies.
Okay.
Dis. I would like to say Dis Slick Ravies. Best C-frame mods in the world are ?
There's one that popped into my head almost immediately, and I can't remember who the fuck made it. Do I still have it?
Asmodus Minikin.
Nah, that's not. Minikin's not a C-frame.
There were 2 that I would think of. Was the Lost Vape Centaurus. Centaurus.
Do I still have that? Hold on, I'm going to go into the history cupboard.
It's the one where they had which I want that snake skin one off you.
While you're in there, Vic.
While you're in there, I want the snake skin that you obviously don't use anymore.
The what?
Was it the Centaurus? You obviously, me being a shitty reviewer, I only got like the mod and the one that came in there. You got a great big pack with all the fucking thingies on it. Yeah, the snake skin. You don't use it.
I'll bring it down in May, because I'm not using this.
I told you.
Because personally, I think this looks fucking ugly.
I quite like it.
Gecko's just backed me up there. The Minikin Reborn. The Dominican did have a C frame.
Yeah, the Gaia 21. I think that were good as well.
Gua.
Thelma, that's it. Yeah, the Thelma.
Thelema.
I say Thelma and
Thelma.
Louise.
The Thelma.
Yeah, with the Thelma, Vic. Mine's in a box. Packed away.
Gotcha.
Let us know as well in chat what you think. C-frame.
Get your foot out of that bag.
I think they're an absolute corking idea. You aren't going to start doing them battery doors, all like that. I just love that fact. If it's done properly, really great idea.
This is a classic. I knew I still had it somewhere. It's the old Geeko. Single 18650, partial C-frame mod, but the chip that was in it was fucking phenomenally good. Cracking little board.
I'll tell you what, a little bit more, well, saying up to date, it's probably about a year old as well. The Steam Crave came out with the 21.7, single 21.7.
Yeah, the single 21.700. Yeah.
Was that one of the part of the Hadrons?
I think it was part of the Hadron line.
Hadron Mini?
Matt Waite says that's a 0 clone, Vic.
Is it? I've got loads of clones in there, Matt. I can look at it. It's fucking stacked. Like, half of them are clones.
Ladies and gentlemen, Matt is a wealth of knowledge, especially on the high end of stuff. That man.
Connor, that's the one that it was. I'm going to Google it now. It was a Minikin.
It was a Minikin?
It was a Minikin. Asmodus did a C-frame.
Not strictly a clone, but it copied it.
Asmodus did a C-frame?
It wasn't the original. It wasn't the Minikin 2. It was the original Minikin.
There was the Thelma solo, but they also did another one, the one where Vic's gone. That's a duel, isn't it? They did the solo as well, and then like I said, I think was it the Hadron Mini?
It was.
That Steam Crave did. Ooh, look at that, speckledy red.
There you go. It was the Minikin. It was the Minikin. Hey, it was the Minikin Reborn. There you
oh,
go.
Right, the Rebirth. Forgot all about that one.
Can you tell me what's retro or not? But yeah, they did it. But I will admit, the Minikin C-frame was absolute dog shit.
Other Sean keeps saying about Odin V2.
I don't have the V2. They never sent that to review for me.
The Relo was Bill Richards. The Relo could be classed as a C-frame.
Yeah,
Technically, it was a C-frame.
Came off of the back. Yeah. You can do.
Clever.
Now, I had the 3-batch one. You had the 2 and.
I had the original. So, if I remember rightly, I had the original 3 battery that I upgraded to the 250, and you got the DNA one, didn't you? I had them both. Yeah.
Because
and then,
if you remember, when you updated the original one, it completely fucked your battery up.
Yeah. And then I went out and I bought the Relo 2/3, which it come with 2 doors. One took the 3rd battery, or the other one was a flat one, and it sat and
Again, Ben M, that which was going to be called the Lost Vape Scrotum.
I remember that one.
Yeah. The Swanker won it.
Yep. Oh, what a mong. I've had it on Top Chat all night.
Seriously?
Oh, what a professional. I told you, I've had enough of YouTube at the minute.
Whoa. Change your glasses, son.
I've had the glasses on. I can read the fucking questions. I just couldn't read the Top Chat.
What a twat. Click on it.
I've clicked on it. No one will know now.
We'll cut that bit
out. I've still got one of them, Bunny. Hold on.
We'll edit that bit out.
Here we go.
Oh, you up for tennis, Vic?
What's it called? The Spruzer? Thanks, Pugs. My hero.
How the fuck did this thing work again? It's been a long time.
Weren't it the Spruzer?
Yeah.
Oh, the spring's fucked in it. It's been sitting there for that fucking long.
Yes, it's got loads of juice all in it.
Oh no, it's empty after I dried it out. How the fuck do you open this thing again? Oh, there we go.
I am that, Birdman. I am that.
If you just set the twat chat away, is that as well?
Yeah.
That's what you get when you've been married over 2 years.
Hey,
Was it your anniversary? Not gone back.
No, mine's January.
January.
There we go.
Yeah.
The
I think it's not
pumper.
fucking long back. It's only 2 months ago.
Yeah, I have got it tattooed on my arm so I don't forget. Same as I've got my name tattooed on my arse crack so I don't have to put it in my underpants.
I just thought your name was medium.
Fucking all sorts of old stuff behind me. The history cupboard.
Cracking question. Dees Slick Ravies? Dees Slick Ravies?
Again, I'm just going to reiterate what I said about that. I think C-frames are really, really good.
Yeah.
Good
Here's a C-frame. Here's a C-frame we forgot about. The Guar.
Someone said the Gua.
Guar.
I called it the gay. Did I call it the gayer? Or the...
Yeah. Birdman, I've been married 25 years in August, so I'm a wizard wanker. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 50. I think I'm 15 years this year, and I'll tell you now, my brother's a right wanker.
4 years. I'm 4 years this year, and we're still honeymoon period. I will admit that.
Oh,
So.
I loved it that time.
I'm pretty
that's
fortunate.
That's what women do. They bring you in.
Yeah.
You think you can have that? No.
Let's not get into that conversation, just in case you're still watching. But I tell you, right, I'm all right. My missus is fit, so I can still hop on every now and again and see what happens.
Yeah, let's hope she's not watching, because I'm sure the hopping on is not the word you should be using.
Hey, you want to see me give her a dragon's kiss? I'm like,
Jesus Christ.
Fucking hell, Adam's already. He's like saying, well, we have sex like a hurricane.
Yeah.
It means I spit on her.
Yeah, I throw things around and it lasts 2 minutes. Thank you very much, D. Slick Ravies. The wonderful Toma writes in. Big
Toma.
love from Israel to all UK people, and this week is Passover holiday this Monday.
That's right,
So
so
happy Passover to all Jewish people. And please, we need to remember that there are 133 people still need to be freed in Gaza. Bring them home now. I will mention that, although I don't mean this horrible, but we have to be very straight with our opinions and everything else. So
Yeah, we're not into political stuff.
yeah, we're
Yeah.
trying to not be political, but Toma, I will read it for you. I do love you loads, mate.
Yeah, I do too.
For all casters, how do you see the world of vaping in 10 years from now?
Fucked.
Will people... All right, let me finish the fucking question. Will people still vape, or are we going back to those cancer sticks? I genuinely... look, if the government at hand has the moment now, we'll all be in a juddering nicotine withdrawal mess, not being able to get hold of anything. So...
See,
in 10 years.
You've got to look at what's happening in the United States right now, because there's some states and some state legislatures that are now looking at the science that's been coming out from the UK and some parts of Europe over the past couple of years. And some states are now asking the question, did we make a mistake banning all of this? If that outlook, because it's the US that drives the mark. Well, it did until it fell apart. But if the US gets its act back together and the FDA does a backtrack in what they're doing, we could see the relaunch of vaping over in the United States, not just in Florida itself, but across most of the 50 states. Europe will then be forced to follow the US's track. If things keep going the way that they are now, it's not going to look good in 10 years. It's not.
Me and Mark went on the Monday show. Go check that out with Mickey Love, with Bill, the chair.
Bill, yeah, nice fella, Bill.
It's a really great show. Really enjoy with them because it's always a chilled show. And they both know the stuff, and it was really, really nice. And I was sort of under the impression with the US it had gone to shit. But talking to Bill, he's like, well, no, the vape shops are still getting their stuff.
Because he's in Kentucky.
But there's quite a number of these states.
Yeah.
There is a little bit of trouble with some of the shipping, but they're still shipping stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you said problems with shitting then.
Yeah, well, Bill's getting on with shitting. He's probably had a bit of that as well. But he was saying that he's having no problems. He's getting everything that he wants. He can go to the vape shops. They're all still there. Yeah. Now, you've got to think, when it came down about the US and it were all collapsing, that's it, done, dusted. You listen to JAs and it were all gone, and that's it. Vaping's dead.
I think the problem is we were looking on the outside. So we seen Jay Hayes close his store. We seen Mike Vapes shut down and everything else. And I think unless you've got feet on the ground, then that we can't see the real outcome and really what's actually happening, can we?
True. Very true.
It's again. I'm repeating what I said at the beginning of it. We can't panic now. It's the same as when the TPD came in. We thought everything was going to be bad. Stop panicking. Listen to me now. Stop panicking. Let's deal with what we're going to deal with when it comes in. And it isn't here yet. Let's get that fight ready, and we'll do it when we need to do it. Yeah. And we're not again. Hopefully, we're not the US.
Hopefully.
We won't sit on our laurels. We've been through there, and we've got backing of England, Public England Health. We've got the backing of cancer charities, heart foundations. We've got things that we can all get together and go, hold on a minute, this isn't right. All because you want to sit down there and think you've left a legacy, when really the only legacy you've left is poor people getting poorer and the richer getting richer. That's all that's happening.
Why are you turning into a big Vic?
It's the glasses. You take them off. Fucking hell, ka-ching.
Take them off.
Anyway, what are you going to do? You tell them, Fat Alan Carr. You're right there, John.
Go on, give him a dragon's kiss. You fucking bastards. Thank you very much, Tomer. We'll get off the political chat now. I've got 2 on you. I've got fucking 2 on you, Gwyn. I fucking hate him. Take the fucking...
I think we need now is Victor hit puberty and he can have a proper beard.
Fuck off.
I'll tell you what I want to ask people. Obviously, I'm a little bit younger than him. I'm 45 this year. So, in July, if you want to send me a card. So, obviously, I've got all these, what? I'm like, proper, what? Where's yours? I think you're dying.
No, I'm not dying. Look, see, the grey there.
No, I didn't mean literally, I meant your beard.
But I mean, the side of the head, there's a few greys, but not
no,
much.
I'm younger than both on you, and I'm...
It's all of you, like. It is, I used to buy my mum that at Christmas.
I bet he's sat there like that with shoe polish.
Okay, there's something there in there. That he's, but I'll tell you what though, it's probably because you've got no fucking kids, because they're an absolute nightmare.
No, it's because my mother's Filipino. She didn't start getting grey hair until she was in her mid-60s.
Is that something that Filipino people have then? They don't look grey.
They don't. The Filipinos, in fact, it's not just Filipinos. It's like you've got the Philippines and you've got Indonesia slightly further down. It's that whole archipelago. They come from the same genetic background. All of my uncles over there and my aunts, they didn't start going grey until they were well into their 60s. Well into their 60s.
That's it. They don't go grey, but they go fucking bald quick, don't they?
Well, I get the baldness from my dad. This thing here, you can't see the sunroof because I'm cropping it short now. So
you're doing well. You've got a steak bake at front. Looks like a plugged on fucking sausage roll, but you're doing well. You're not going grey.
I've got this streak that's appeared. You can't tell because of the light, but I've got this streak that's appeared. I call that my Olivia streak. The one at the front, because that's who gave me that fucker. I tell you,
mate. Again, you can't see this obviously because I've got gel on. As soon as I put gel on, my hair goes black. Yeah. But here, I've got like a Pepe Le Pew.
That's what I've got here. In fact, you can just start to see it here.
Oh, stop at top here. And I noticed it when I walked. We've got a camera outside our door. I walked in and I'm thinking, fucking hell, what's that? Wasn't even more bolder. And I'll tell you when do you know now, I used to have like all spiked. Now I don't. I pushed that forward. Yeah. Because I wanted a review and then Paul McCartney went to me, I can see your scalp.
Oh, fuck.
Well, thank you very much. Thought we were fucking friends.
I've got some length on top because I'm going for full Bobby. I'm going for full Bobby Charlton.
I just got a picture in from Mr. Michael who's in chat. It's the mech dude who just with his large beard. He's a year younger than me and he's all grey. There's Mike there. Yeah, all grey. My cousin's just the same. My cousin Chris, he's 3 years younger than me. Full head of grey hair. Full head.
I've got the odd...
Obviously, I casted with Mike for years, but he's always had that. He ended up looking like an upside-down Highlander. you know Sean Connery. You know when he had that fucking thing at the back with ponytail, because he started like tucking it in.
Yeah, he started. That. Yeah, he did.
Big love, bro. I absolutely love him. He's a
Folks,
fantastic bloke.
I will read that. I'm grey in the beard like Aiden. Looks like I'm dribbling cum.
Oh, Jesus.
I bet that's Pugs, is it?
It is Pugs. It is Pugs. So, next question from the wonderful Connor
Do
Smith.
you know what? You were talking. Sorry, mate. You know you're talking about Bobby Charlton's hair. Fucking Pugs has got the best Bobby Charlton fucking hair in the world. His hair starts here and it's. I remember him coming out like one May for Expo and fucking after he were off his noodle on whatchamacallit, fucking waving all over like that. You were like a fucked up windsock.
I go to the Turkish barbers and I can feel him. I can feel him now when they start to fade the hair
cock
off.
against your shoulder.
Yeah, I love that bit. That's my favourite when he goes like that.
I start pulling my arms in, but then he gets closer.
Exactly. It's when he straddles me to cut my fringe.
Ride me like a pony.
He gives me a fucking dragon's kiss and all. But
That's just your hair in your ears.
yeah, no, I don't have that. I don't have that.
He waxed me with a marshmallow. The best thing about it the other week, right? He said, "Will you stop fucking moving?" I want it.
I don't. What I've done is I've discovered the world of a nose and ear trimmer, right? So I don't need mine done because every now and every couple of days, every few days, I go. You know, because I was watching snooker the other week, right? And I was watching Ronnie O'Sullivan do an interview like that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm thinking, the man's got more money than sense. He's just about to open a snooker academy in Dubai. Yet he's got no one who stands there and goes, "Hey, up, Ron.
Yeah, check your ears. Yeah.
Check your ears, pal.
Yeah.
You're on TV." But I discovered it. At first you shit yourself. You're like, I don't want to put that up my nose. What if it pulls my nose hairs? It hurts. It's like they're attached to your brain.
No, it's not. No, they're not. No, it's like the bum hair.
Exactly that.
It goes all the way round. Down your back and connected to your fucking bum hair.
Yeah. So I've realised that there's two indirect connections. There's that one to your arse where you go like that every time you pull a nose hair, and the one that's attached to your fucking eyebrow is the one that's attached to your brain.
What's happening to them? Start turning into wow.
Yeah, they do. They do. But I discovered the nose and ear trimmer. Like at first you're like, shit yourself. You don't want to put that up your nose, and then you get so used to it, you're just like that.
Actually, I do trim the nose here because they do get fucking long.
I'll tell you what, next week, I will get Lou to microwave. We've got this wax shit, right?
Yeah.
You ram it up your nose, and I'm ready for it. You ram it up your nose and ram it in your ears. What I'll do is I'll do that for the show next week. And I'll yank them out. That fucking hurts, but I tell you what, you can breathe.
Yeah.
Oh, no, fuck that.
That's the thing. When I go like that, I go, whoa. Every single time. Every single time.
Obviously, when they're doing like a number 2 around the back, and they get your ears.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were that bad.
It's the eyebrows. It's the eyebrows that got me. I had my eyebrows shaved for the first time when I was about 20. I was probably about 22. And I'm sat there, and I used to go to a female hairdresser at the time, and I'm sat there, and she's just talking to me.
As much as you want, I'll push back.
Yeah. She's giving me usual. Are you going anywhere nice? You going on holiday? That kind of stuff. Giving me my blue rinse, right? And while she's talking to me, she pulled my glasses off without even mentioning it to me, and just went. I'm like, what the hell? What the hell have you just done to me? I thought it were a prank. But no, she trimmed my eyebrows. The problem is I have to trim them myself now, because otherwise I'm in exactly the same boat, Aiden. I go like that.
Birdman, I'll tell you what, though. The worst thing you can have hanging around, I think, obviously, your tweezers. So, you know, you're watching a bit of YouTube. I do end up going, oh.
I thought you were going to do something else.
And then you what, shall I? Oh, there we go. Oh. You know what I mean? You start, I'll start. Well, you know, your ears are red raw. But what I want to know, what happens in your life when you get over 40, that you start losing all your fucking hair on your head and start growing out your ears and your nose?
Your nose, I know.
I don't think that we want to fucking look at my arse hair. Jesus Christ. You could plait it, you could put beads in it. It looks like Rude Hullet in a fucking headlock.
the worst one is them ones that dangle down from your nose and mix in with your mustache.
Oh, fuck.
And they tickle. They tickle in that way where you go, oh, what's that?
Do you know the other week, right? I tried to, obviously, I trim my beard, and then you get these, like, which is still black for some reason.
Yeah.
Right at the top here, and you can't get in.
No.
You can't get in, so you end up looking like fucking Hitler. You just get that little tiny small bit that's there. She's, walking around like I shouldn't be that saying. Right? So you fucking, that little tiny bit that's there.
I do the Gomez Adams. I go, so it's like a line.
And then what you start thinking, I'll get brave. I'll use no cap on it. No cap on it. And you do it very carefully. And they go, oh, fucking hell, now I've got this gap here.
You turn it other way round, and come down. Because you've got a little bit more control.
Do you know the other thing as well, what's happened to me? I don't know why, but I'm losing it on my hair. And that, but round me little widgie, right? That's growing like a fucking clown's hat. You know, like zhoosh. So when you start pulling pubes instead of widgie when you're going for a wee, you're thinking it's time for a trim. You know what I mean? You get to that point. And the trouble, because I've got a beer belly, I have to get the big mirror out and jump up and down on the bed. Because trying to see it all. So you start off thinking, yeah, I'll trim that. And then you think, no, I need to trim. Oh, fucking hell. So then you look down a bit further and your ball sack, I look like Ming. What the fuck's happened to my ball sack? It's coming down there like that. There's this hair just hanging down. You're thinking, I'll get that bit. And then before you know it, you've fucked everything up. You've caught your ball sack. You're bleeding. You're thinking, I'm going to die. But no, I'm okay. You suck it all up like a buttercup. And then you sit, bang. And then you trim it. And I look like a 12-year-old boy in a frame.
That's because you're going too small. You're going too short.
It's been too small for a long time.
You're going
so
too
it's
short.
In a frame. I'm massively hairy from head to toe, all the way down my body, and then I've just got a trimmed pubic area of about that big.
You need to fade. You need to fade out.
Fade?
Yeah.
I'm
you need to fade out.
Picking a pube.
I'm the same. I'm a furry male, and I'm the same. If I cut a chunk out, like a rectangle, or I try and do a Brazilian or something, right? Don't work, because then I'm just joined up all the way down. But if you fade out, you look all right.
I've got no chance of fucking fading nowadays.
The problem that you find, right, and I don't know whether you have this, because you've got Daniel in the house, haven't you? Has Daniel started shaving yet?
Fuck it. No, he's got that stupid tash. He looks like a fucked up Mexican.
So my eldest.
Do you know, like, it's just like that little bit that's going across there. You're thinking he's waiting to say, I don't give a damn, dear.
You're like, I've got a mustache. That's what he's like. But
I've got pubes. I've got pubes. They're not pubes, son.
My eldest, and I'm going to say this, Jack is in chat right at this moment in time. He turns around to me and he says, "Can I borrow your razor?" Now, bearing in mind, my eldest is one of them. He won't drink out of the same glass as you, yet alone do anything else. But he's got no problem shaving his chest with my face razor. Little does he know that chest razor also goes round my nuts. Right? Because it's my razor. I'm going to shave the fucking lot, right? And then he turns around to me and he goes, your razor needs charging. I'm like, yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, the thing is as well, like, I will embarrass him. I remember him running and going, I've got a pube. No, son, you just pissed out of it. You're fine.
Yeah, exactly that. Exactly that. He does now.
Yeah, he does, yeah. But it is, it's the thing of getting older, isn't it? It's that grooming thing.
It is. Connor Smith writes in, the wonderful, hello from your friendly neighbourhood, blind occasionally Prosecco drinking vapor here. Question for all casters, with DIY liquid, where does one start with buying single flavour and complex flavour concentrates? Which brand to go for high quality concentrates, etc., as there are so many to choose from? Additionally, any recommendations for a borrow bridge tank that won't break the bank? Preferably for RDL use, as due to undisclosed reasons, I do identify as a high-end wanker. Looking forward to the UK's #1 show to do with vaping. Glad to see the show back and everyone is all right. Your friendly neighbourhood, blind, occasionally Prosecco drinking cowboy.
Okay. Decent flavour concentrates. Inawera. That's what I usually lean towards.
Yeah.
If you're looking for decent custardy or creams, Capella. That's another one to go for. Inawera. In fact, if you just stick to if you're beginning, if this is your first dipping your toe into DIY, sticking with the likes of Inawera and Capella, you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
If you want to expand on that, Benny Vapes has got a phenomenally good mixing show. But I think it's on during the weekends, Benny's show.
No, it's not. No, it's Wednesday after 3 minutes.
Wednesday.
All right, it's right. It's Wednesday. Wednesday after 3 minutes of Vape Show. So if you want to just dip your toe, get a couple of good fruity numbers from Inawera. And if you want to go down the road of a custard and fruit like a peach custard, get your custard from Capella. If you want to expand on that, you'll need to watch Benny's show. As for Borrow Bridges, I've been thoroughly enjoying this little fella for fucking ages since it came out. It's the Vapon Tita X RDTA, and you can pick them up for 30 quid. 30 quid.
To be fair, my only enjoyment into Borrow Bridges is the pulse. I love it. It's easy. It's flavourful.
Yep.
It's cheap.
Shut up, Pugs. Nobody asked you.
Pugs is probably a good shout. Pugs could put some recommendations.
No,
in
he's
chat
not.
there.
Pugs has went commercial now. He's left all the DIY shit behind.
Yeah.
I was just about to say
I don't
that
mean
to you,
about
Nick.
liquid.
Again, I just brought it up. You can get the Blaze Bridge, £27.49.
Fuck, the price of that's went down. That's Mike Vapes, yeah. It's this fella. Here we go, because I've got it inside the Blaze AI.
$27.49. I'm not reviewed it myself or had it, but I've heard good things about it. You've also got the Suicides mod, Tall Boy Subby Tank. I'm not quite sure about that either. That's 34. Then you've got the Vapors Cloud Shift Burrow Tank. That's 25.
Damn, the price has dropped drastically in some of those. Because the one from Vapors Cloud was fucking expensive when that first hit the market.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's the first signs of the borrow market just collapsing because there's fucking too many of them out there now.
It's always going to get cheaper. Or everything. You think we speak about it all the time. Stabilized wood used to be a couple of hundred pound for a decent piece. Now you can pick up a really decent piece for 50 to 100.
Oh yeah. But yeah, for the bottom, in fact, there's Hanky Panky, who knows his stuff. Hanky Panky's in full agreement with me. The Tita RDTA FT for the win. That one there.
Cracking question, Connor. Thank you very much.
What's Titan going for now? Quite sure.
Next question.
I've always been sorry about that. I've always
It's all right.
the thing with the burrows. Yeah, they're a bit fiddly to build on. Or I've had a few myself, and they always seem to be very leaky. And
Well, this one's not because it's an RDTA. The tank's down there and the coil's at the top, so it doesn't leak.
That's why I always find it's wicking. I always find it's wicking. Everything comes down to wicking with bridges and stuff like that.
Oh, thanks, Hanky. Oh.
Wonderful question from the wonderful Tony Jones. May have asked before, do the casters think there are any innovations left in vaping? I feel there isn't a lot more that can be done that has not already been done.
Airflow.
solar panels.
Solar panel, for fuck's sake. Here we go with the solar panels.
Kinetic energy in batteries.
Well, that'd be great. You think about wind-up torches.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
oh shit, I'm down to 1 bar.
apparently, you know this thing about the solid-state graphene-based batteries? Apparently, Tesla is now opening a gigawatt factory, and they're going to be concentrating on solid-state lithium-based batteries. When those things hit the mainstream, it's going to completely fucking change lithium-ion.
So we spoke about this before, didn't we? Obviously, Mr. B, who, again, he's such a... I love Mr. B. He's not very well at the minute either, ladies and gentlemen. He is really, really poorly. So send some love to Mr. B. But he was on about, you were saying it was actually
Nuclear.
depleted uranium, so it was like atomic fucking batteries.
Yeah, it's depleted uranium cell batteries, but they're not for commercial use. They're not for fucking commercial use.
But there was another thing as well, that they'd found something else and they were mining it. They were trying to work it out, and I can't remember what it was called.
Great cobalt.
I'm not quite sure.
Don't know either. But I know that solid state is already on the horizon, and when those solid state batteries come out, number one, they're fucking 10 times safer than the fucking exploding little bastards you've got right now, and number two, a hell of a lot more amperage and a hell of a lot more longer lifetime. So can't wait for them to come out.
Cycle time.
It's a massive thing that we've always spoke about, is the battery side of it, and it was always a thing that when we went from, the pens, Adam.
Yeah.
Something that always went. You'd go out and you'd have just a little tiny pens and you cartomize, and then before you know, at the end of the night, you were going to a mate, can I have a cigarette, please?
Yeah.
Because or you take.
That's when you used to carry around a pouch with two batteries, 2 tanks, 2 bottles of liquid, and even a charging cable just in case you could go. Can I just bang this on charge?
Yeah.
It's always been a thing, but yeah, the battery bit. I would like to see something. We've tried tea tree, bamboo, all this other stuff. I'd like to see a more substantial wicking.
Yeah.
Part. You know, like maybe something different in the wicking that's a little bit more longevity. Now, again, it depends on what type of juice that you're on, whether it's a sweet juice or whatever else, to how the cotton's going to degrade. And also what wattage you're at. But I would like to see something maybe work on that.
Well, I mean, there was a wicking system that used to last a hell of a long time, and it was called silica wick.
Silica, yeah, but it was fucking horrible.
It was a fucking nightmare to use, though.
There's no way you can say that silica wick was getting the same flavour as what you're getting off a decent.
Oh no, it was no, it wasn't, because the silica itself tainted the flavour.
Oh, it'll last forever, yeah, but it's no good for anything really. It was the start off. The other thing as well, instead of coils, we had the
ultrasonic
the vibrating one. What was it called?
Oh, the Sony Sig. Yep.
Sonic Sig. So again, maybe something along them lines, but something obviously with the Sonic, the battery was shit on it, and you never got that warm vape.
Yep.
I feel very privileged. I feel very privileged that we've already lived through generations of innovation. I firmly believe, and this is going to sound like a right cop-out, right? But we have already lived through, you've already mentioned it a couple of times, small pen-style batteries that lasted 5 minutes.
Oh, God, yeah.
Wicks that would only be good with a menthol, a single fruit, or a tobacco kind of flavour. And coils ranging from little single coil 32, 34 gauge. And we've witnessed some great builders come along. We've been part of the 200 watt race that ran on. We've gone from companies starting to do a true. Now, we don't give Voopoo any credit in the world because they're robbing bastards. But back in the day, if you remember when they released the Gene Chip, they released the first ever kit that did a true 166 watt because of the Gene Chip and the capabilities of the 18650s at the time. Because we have been through so much innovation, we have witnessed, I can mention more, we've witnessed the true...
Well, Jack Vapor, before they did the Gene Chip, though, wasn't the DNA obviously out before then?
Yeah, the DNA chip was out before, but the DNA chip never, if you remember, before the Gene Chip did 166, and Pugs will probably be able to comment on this as well, because I know he's got quite a lot of knowledge of the older stuff. But the DNA back then used to be a DNA 75 or a DNA 100, and that was it. They weren't doing the DNA 200 watt until the 166 had come out, and then they pushed it further.
What did Jack Vapor come out with? Because I remember I got them that, like like a rubbery mod, wasn't it? Jack Vapor, they're from Scotland.
Yeah.
The Vim. Were it the Vim?
No, the Vim was the pod system.
Yeah, it was the one before the Vim, from what I remember.
It was the one before that. They came out with it was all like rubbery, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That might have been the was it 66 or?
I think it was the DNA 60.
60.
It might have been.
Yeah, and then they went DNA 75, DNA 100. But you think back in the day when, sorry, Matt Wales, I thought they'd done the 100 watt before, but it was like the DNA 75 and stuff like that. But Voopoo released the Gene Chip that did the true 166 watts. We've been through it all, including the true temperature control race, because no one wanted temperature control until one company did it correctly. And that's a recent thing as well. And it's the Pure Max by SX Mini.
Yeah.
The only company to ever use and utilize temperature control in the correct way.
It'd been used in pod systems loads of times before.
Yeah.
They said it works, but it never really worked. But it does work in the Pure Max.
William Dobson, it weren't the DNA 166, it was the gene chip that did the 166.
Yeah, it was the original version, one of the gene chip.
Yeah, it did 166 watts instead of 200. Because if you remember, we had the discussions back in the day when the Relo came out. It were 3 batteries that could do a true 200 watt.
Yep.
It wouldn't do a true 250 watt, but it'd do a true 200 watt. But because we'd seen all of those and we've been part of all of that innovation that's come before, we've seen tanks that have nailed wicking. We've seen tanks that have nailed build decks. We've seen RDAs that have gone from big chunky 30 millimeters that give great flavor to small wasp nanos. I think what we should be concentrating on now is nailing down every single aspect to make that vape experience, whether you are a pod user or a hobbyist rebuilder. We should be nailing it now. It should everything.
Again,
should be
you've got people out there with Matt. You also they do the high end stuff, and some of their stuff is absolutely beautiful. Which you'd love to own. I haven't got the cash to go and spend on that. But nowadays, from what we had going back 7-8 years ago, to what comes out now, you're
totally
very hard to not get a decent vape.
That's fucking very hard to not get a decent vape now. Very fucking hard.
Cracking question, Tony Jones. We have one last question.
I'll tell you what, we need to get Matt on the show. He's a lovely
Yes, we do. He's very clever. I like Matt. Matt is intelligent.
Very funny.
Sean Garb writes in with the last question. Just before we get into the last question, Vic, is there a box away?
Yes, there is.
Yay! Fucking hell.
Well, would you like to tell the good people and we can do the last question while we...
No, you do the last question now because I have got no fucking idea what's actually in the box away.
With Expo around the... Oh, this comes in from the wonderful Sean Garb. With Expo around the corner, what body armor, weapon, or tactics would you recommend to defend oneself from the amount of disposables, lanyards, and leaflets there will be no doubt be getting literally pelted with while attempting to browse, even more so than the last few Expos? Body armor, run away.
Basically, just ignore everyone that's trying to shove a leaflet in your face.
Say I've already got one.
There.
That works.
That works. I've already got one. That works, especially in the Saturday. Because you can just say, "Oh, I was here during business to business. I've already got one." That's it. Walk on. Just walk on. Because the leaflet givers are fucking annoying.
Hello, Jay.
Well, how you doing, Jay?
William Dobson says, Vic still not received my box away from January.
What? Fucking Royal Mail.
Why are you not asking my question? It's a very serious question. Let me find it, Bugs. Let me find it. Did you write it on this week's?
Sorry, what was the question?
Run away. Run away. It was...
I had to send
Thank
my
you,
son
Bill.
to because he's grounded and he's had his PlayStation took away. So he's now downstairs watching like television. He's like, no, mate, 10 o'clock curfew in that bed.
I've got it, Pugs. Don't worry, you don't have to copy it. Question to Aidan and Adam. Is it true that you once caught Vic licking a hamster's bum whilst dressed as one of the crankies? Everybody's talking about it. I just wanted to know if it's true, not judge him. Unfortunately, yes, it was a sad time.
It wasn't a sad time. It was still in the fucking wheel. It was fun to watch.
Yeah, we were chasing it round. You wanted to see him.
It was like watching a 14-year-old on a... No, I can't say that.
Oh, Stuart.
Pugs, where does your mind go? That's what we need to know. I think we need to get Pugs back on the show and we need to ask where his mind goes. It must be all that fucking hairspray that he's sniffing.
Stuart, I didn't answer your question because you'd wrote it on last week's post. Question for Victor Mullin. Now that you do all your reviews from home, have the seagulls tracked you down, and do they still make a racket during your videos?
No, it's the
Hashtag
next door
seagull
neighbour's
bait.
fucking dog that's annoying me now. You can fucking hear it in half the video. It runs out and barks at nothing.
Then, is it?
What?
Is it a pug?
No, it's some kind of German Shepherd cross with
Well,
something
the way you
else.
looked at then, you looked like a fucking pug. What was the other question that was asked? Sorry.
While at Vapor Expo, how do you get away from the leaflet people?
Do you know what? Again, this is a great story. Me, and obviously Mark went. Mark went the year before I sort of got into the casting sort of side of it, and then it was when you walk in, you feel like you've got to take them.
No.
So it's like you just, and then you're walking around with all these leaflets that you're never going to read. You're never going to read, I don't think.
No, because you don't sit down for a poo there.
Sort of
If you sat down for a poo,
like,
you'd be reading them.
It's okay. It's fine. You're okay. Thank you very much. As long as you're polite, because you remember that these people are working there, and their job is to give you these leaflets. So be as polite as you can to them, and just say, "No, it's okay. Thank you very much. It's all right. Come to my stand. No, I'll be there later after I've gone to the bar."
I'll say thank you. I've already got one. Thank you. I've already got one.
Yeah, and I'll just say, "No, I'm okay." And it is a nightmare. It is an absolute nightmare.
Yeah, it
because why do you want? It's like when they give you that bag and you think, "Fucking hell, I've got loads of great stuff coming in this bag." And it's full of leaflets, and you probably get a 0 milligram, but you might get a disposal.
Might. But I always say I'm all right. Thank you. I've already got one, and I make sure I carry an empty bag around with me just in case.
It's not as bad. The last, obviously, before lockdown and everything like that, it's not as bad as it used to be.
No, that was bad. You'd end up with 13 lanyards, a couple of bags, maybe a bag with some water in, because they'd be like, "Do you want some water?" And you'd be like, "Yeah, do you know what? I'm parched. I'll take a bottle of water." But little do you know, you've got a catalogue with 3 lanyards, a couple of leaflets, and a 10ml bottle of 18 milligram menthol.
You see, me and Mark used to take Louise and Jan. So they'd be walking around. They'd enjoy the first bit of it, and then they'd like, "Fuck it, we're going back and start knitting and stuff." So they get a bag and everything like that, and we'd all get a bag, and but then you go to them, she'd go, "Take that bag." Why? Well, that's really good for shopping. What do you mean? Well, it's a cloth bag, that. You can't just leave that. And then before you know it, both of them are hunting around for cloth bags. Oh, they've left this. Does anybody want this? Like they're nicking something. So
Hanky Panky writes in saying, "Victor Mullin, I heart you."
Oh.
Who's that? Hanky Panky?
Yeah.
You can tell that.
Suggestively
He also
while
likes
eating
licking
Skittles.
people. No, not you, Vic. Hanky Panky. So I did notice the other day, Aramaxi. I see that Hanky Panky's a little bit something to do with them. Did he do like a marble run or something?
Did he?
Yeah, I saw that the other day. You did really well. Well done, bro. Jay's Electronic Tinker Shack, which used to be Jay's Vape Reviews. How are you doing, buddy? Jay's absolutely brilliant. We have to get him on the show as well. Mod maker himself. He's done loads of, again, talking about DNAs, he's done loads of your pads that you'd have, Vic.
Oh, yep.
Frida161 wrote, is in chat saying, "Hey guys, I saw this video today. How bad is vaping really? The new science. It's super biased, but presents as objective. It's a super new channel with high production value, and it's their first video. Really weird. Probably trying to jump on the bandwagon.
They're just jumping on the bandwagon. That's all they're doing.
You get a lot of that. You get a lot of where people use what do they call that on YouTube? Thingy tactic.
Clickbait.
What's it called when they put clickbait?
Oh yeah, clickbait. Yeah. So,
Clickbait.
box away time from one of our wonderful sponsors, Flu Eyed. Give me away this. We've got Yorkshire Sipper. Yorkshire Sipper.
That stuff is absolutely, the Yorkshire
fucking
Stripper is brilliant.
Yorkshire Sipper and Mama Jama. That's going to be in the box away. We've also got from our other wonderful sponsors over at SX Mini, we've got a Pure Max. What colour's this? It's one in silver. So we've got a silver Pure Max chucking that in. I'm also gonna be chucking in a 0.6 and a 0.8 ohm pack of coils. So you've got the Pure Max and you've got 2 packs of coils and something from the big box of doubled up stuff under the desk.
Jays.
What?
Do we only do one a week?
Oh, it's only one a week. We're doing it in rotation.
Alternate.
So one week it's Rochford.
This stuff.
Yeah, 1 week it's Rochford. Then next week we're back to Fluid. So we're doing it in turns.
Go get it, people.
It's like liquid crack.
So
it is all of it. They've done great.
Yeah.
I love the bottles. I love everything about it. And the nice people.
From the box of stuff under the table, I'm chucking this in as well.
Ah, I might enter.
So this is the mod. It's not the borrow. It's the mod.
Then.
Right.
Don't bother entering,
Don't
guys.
Does anybody else think that's a load of shit? If it comes, it should have the fucking borrow in it.
It should have the borrow in it, I know, but this it doesn't. It's
not
just.
very
It's
often
just
that I sit there with fucking the wonderful Mr. B, but yeah, it should have the fucking borrow in it.
I don't think it's got the borrow in it. It just says packaging includes Blaze Borrow AIO. That's this part. Accessories and use. Yeah, there's no borrow tank. It's just the mod itself. So this is one for all you people that already have standardised borrow tanks. You can pop it into this little fellow. It's enough fetching.
Or if you're thinking about buying a borrow tank.
Yeah. So you've got a mod to actually run it on. So there we go. So we've got all this up for grabs, including these two as well. And the keyword to type into the chat is going to be, if it ever fucking pastes, if it ever pastes, is that. Type it once only. Thank you very much.
And ladies and gentlemen, you've got 31 seconds to enter. So while you're entering, please do me a favour and make sure that you hit that like button. We are currently sitting at. Bear with. We are currently sat at 61 likes. We've got 139 of you, and you're all starting to fucking type now. So you might as well press that thumbs up button.
How many thumbs have we got, Ad?
We have currently got 64.
That's fucking shameful.
That is a great prize, and that alone should be worth a like. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to 100 likes. That's not even all of you.
100.
That's not even all of you.
My genital caring.
Yeah, we've had everything this evening.
We are trying to get sponsored by Manscaped.
Oh, do you know what? If we could, I'd be down for that because it's like got that safety blade on it. So you can just whip it around your bollocks and it's absolutely fine. I'm
going to go back onto this shit, right? I remember we've got one of the, on our toilet, we've got one of them slide doors. You know, we'll go like that way. So
you get caught in it every now and again.
Split it across. And obviously I'm doing that like tuck in, trying to get the fucking Ming's beard down. Daughter walks in. Oh, I propered in half, shave it off.
Oh.
You know, like just a thin cut. Do you know, like, you know him who does that fucking...
Salt Bay.
Yeah. Like he were doing a nice slice of... Oh, that stank for ages.
Problem is, when you get the brew out after...
Okay. It's not good.
No. When you get the brew out...
Oh, a bit of brute.
Get a bit of brute on there.
Oh, I fucking love that stuff. You could drink. No, you couldn't. See, my dad was an Old Spice man.
Oh, Old Spice. My granddad used
and a bit of Blue Stratos.
Fuck.
You could get sponsored by Pets at Home to Furniture. Yeah.
Shut up, pugs.
I genuinely, I think... I think that male grooming is something that comes in when you get a little bit older because you're trying to recapture your youth. And you think that you should look younger because obviously as you get older, I don't know what it is because as you get older, your hair gets a little bit more straggly. And that's not just on top of your head, it's everywhere. Your eyebrows get a little bit like that. Your ear hair, as we were talking about. And your mustache and your beard just doesn't seem to sit like it used to.
I'm not being funny though. You know the white hairs? You could actually put them on a fucking spaceship.
Yeah, they're hard.
They're hard.
Yeah.
They're like they are not the rich teas. They are the fucking complete and utter total dunkers.
Or they're obnobs. They're obnobs.
Can't get rid of them.
No. And they hurt more when you pull them out.
Oh yeah.
They hold on forever.
Have you noticed your nostril hair turns white before everything else as well?
I don't know. It's like dog shit, isn't it? No, I tell you,
It goes white, you just don't know how. What?
you don't have that anymore. This is one of the biggest things. You know, when you used to walk around the streets. Now
There's no white dog shit anymore.
We're completely, because my street and just walking around different places, it's just full of litter. You don't see any of them blokes pushing that fucking trolley thing down, picking up litter, all that. It's all finished now. But when we were kids, it used to be, a bit of fucking white dog shit there.
You don't see it anymore, do you?
No.
It just doesn't. It must be something in dog food and all.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it totally is. So years and years ago, what they used to do to pack dog food out is they used ash.
Yeah.
So then what happened? Well, obviously, your dog food, it was cheap, so your dog would eat it, and then it had ash in its poo.
And it'd have white poo.
Yeah, that's why it doesn't happen now. A lot of people thought it was bleached.
Ladies and gentlemen, if that's not worth 13 likes, right? The knowledge of why we don't see white dog shit.
As well as now, a lot of people now carry around bags.
Yeah,
the
they
best
are.
thing that I ever saw in my life was an old bloke or about 75-year-old in the park trying to fucking scoop up diarrhea. It's not fun.
God.
You think what's happening is, the best thing is, right? Because you get them black bags, don't you? So he's got like one on one hand. Son, just fucking leave it.
I tell
Rex, piss on it. Rex, piss on it.
Some carry bigger bags than others. Believe in yourself, right? I have a Yorkshire Terrier. Everyone's met Blue here. Blue shits like a Labrador.
He didn't even have a dog.
They're like that. I looked outside. We have the odd poo on the back garden every now and again. And you know when you go outside and you go, which of these fucking bastards round us have let their dog shit on my garden? And Blue will sit there looking at you as if to say, it were me, you're proud. How about that? It's like a fucking Labrador shit. It's like a human poo.
A chocolate one.
Yeah.
See, in my house as well, we have jobs, so we have like a job board. So what you have to do is the money's put in like a money bag, and you'll be able to do stuff. The only person who cleans up dog shit is my youngest, right? She's got a stomach like, honestly, Fern. He's ace. I'll clean up, I don't give a shit. She sat down there with her fucking hands in the bag, wrapped around her arm, going, I'll take that. Fucking brilliant. Now, this takes literally 30 seconds. So the other kids haven't worked out is because I actually like Fern more than the other ones, is that I've put fucking more money in the poo bag than I have done for the rest of them. I know my daughter's listening at the door. I can smell her.
You see, my daughter has claimed something from my wonderful wife, right? My wonderful wife will retch at most things. So if she has to go and pick a poo up that's a little bit too soft, I will know. Because even at work, I will hear her going... The best thing about it, my daughter has picked that up from her stepmother, right? Bearing in mind.
Yeah.
Not true mother, right? But they'll both stand there next to a poo, both going... And I'll just walk over, right? I have to be the man of the house at that point, and I have to pull the bag over and just go, what you want about? And pick it up. Even though in my head I'm going...
I've never been great with that. Do you know one of the biggest things that I couldn't work out? Obviously, when Lou had cancer, she had everything took away, so she doesn't have periods anymore. But obviously, I've got two girls in the house. They sync.
Yeah.
So the periods sync.
Yeah.
I don't know how this works. So when Lou did have period, the sync.
Yeah, girls sync with people who they're hanging around with. They sync. I don't know how it works. Someone in chat might be able to explain.
So you've got two miserable cows all together, and then they fall out together.
Yeah. I'm not
you
looking
can't do
forward.
that thing. It's instilled into your man. You cannot say that thing. You have to say, "Are you okay? Does your belly hurt?" You can't say, "You coming on?"
I'm really lucky because I'm really uncomfortable with anything like that. Like really uncomfortable. I'm just one of them people, right? That kind of stuff really freaks me out. If I were to stab you in the stomach and you bleed for a week, you die, right? That's how it works. Women are aliens. They bleed for a week and they survive, right? But I must admit, it's probably my sister's fault for telling me that she had her period when we were young because our dad weren't about, therefore scarring me for life. But I get really weirded out by it. So I had to have this conversation with my daughter. We thought my daughter were going through it quite young. And I started with this idea that I was going to tell her about the blossoming flower and how she's becoming a lady and everything else. When really what I did is broke down into a conversation about how her leg hairs are going to grow and hormones are going to take over her body.
What if you don't shave them?
Do you know, I went down this incredibly difficult route, right? And the best thing about it, my daughter being my daughter, sat at the end of it and went, I've already had a conversation with my mum. She said she's going to send me a box.
Well done. See,
Thank you.
I've always been one of them dads. It's the way you talk about it. It's a natural thing. So I'll go there
Exactly.
and pick them up. I don't care. I go, but the trouble, what happened? We shouldn't really be talking about periods, but do you know what they did the other? You know, like what the always aren't they? They're called always. So they're
Yeah.
they changed the fucking colours.
Oh, are they now colour coded for different
Well,
flows?
they were colour coded for me. So the dark purpley ones were the ones I had to get. They changed the fucking colours. That didn't help men, did it?
I'm
like, whoa, what am I going for now?
I'm
Another
really...
thing I've got in the back of my head is roller skating and fucking taking the dog for a walk.
I get really weirded out. So I'm that person who stands there who must look like the strange person in like... Because I'll do it for Jackie. She's my wife and I love her to pieces. If she ever asks me to go and pick something up, I will do it for her, even though I feel incredibly uncomfortable. And I have stood there in front of the selection going... I've never asked her the question of like how much she is flowing. So I don't know whether she needs to go roller skating or she's going to ride a bike or she's going to go for a run. How am I supposed to tell? And then obviously you can't ask someone in the store what strength you need.
Oh, I have.
Like you can't turn around and go, well, how are you on this month?
No, I didn't. Obviously, I didn't go that fucking in depth. I don't
Exactly. I just can't.
That, but I was like, which ones used to be the purple ones?
Yeah, that's all right. It's the first time you go in.
Yeah, well, it's not the first time because obviously the purple ones have been around for ages. But why have they changed the colours? They're not helping men.
I'm laying nicely reading Lady Chattersley Lover with shaving pubes and period conversations going in the background. That's all right.
So what, you'd read that years ago, you'd been on the fucking stake.
She will, honestly, she'll back me up for this. I am seriously uncomfortable when it comes down to it. And I don't mean to be. I tried.
My mum taught me, obviously, it's natural. So if you're
it is. I can understand that bit.
I've got 3 daughters and a boy. And Lou, it never did something that bothered me. Do you know they used to give them in paper bags as well?
What?
The only time I ever got that was when I got the whiskey. Wrong bag.
That one's drying me up. I can go for a run now. Are you going to draw the box away?
So let's draw this.
Oh shit! I didn't realise we were past time.
Oh yeah, we're well past it. Right, let's roll it for all this stuff sitting on the table. And the winner is ding! Dan, you jammy fucker.
Booyah!
So, stupid question, but Dan, do you want it? Do you want it?
Do you want it? Coleman Polkinghouse.
Yes,
I'm American. What the hell is a gusset? No one can really give me an answer. It's the undercarriage part of a pair of tights, if I remember rightly.
Oh, there we go. Stuart's in with the link.
It's already there.
So what you need to do, Booyah, you need to do what Stuart just popped into the chat. You need to one finger typing his email address. You are so right. You need to email me, victor@vapingwithvic.co.uk with your name and your address, and I'll get this little lot sent out to you next week.
Ladies and gentlemen, please do me a favour. We've still only got 7 likes to get to 100. There is 139 of you watching, so please, just 7 of you, smash that like button. It does help us get out there in the algorithms and continue being the UK's #1 show about vaping, periods, and more.
Fucking hell. Well, they've had it all tonight, haven't they?
Yeah.
We've done it all. Definitely done it all.
They're not even number 2. Three Man and Vape Show is number 2. I'm the second longest running fucking vape show in the UK.
Actually, yeah, you are.
Since
Followed
Mark went.
swiftly by Benny Vapes.
Well, Mark's gone because Mark was obviously second.
Yeah.
Ah, there's Pugs in with the fucking line. It looks like we're having an after show then. So let's. By the way, folks, as a reminder, next week, which is the 25th, it's the final week of April and the second last show before the May Expo. We're going to have a guest over from Australia, the one and only Birdman, and he's going to scare the fuck out of all of us with all the mechs that he's going to be vaping on.
It's a bomb.
It's a fucking bomb, I'm telling you now. I can't wait to have that conversation.
So we're going to have Birdie on next week. I don't know. Maybe we can. If because we're kind of hoping to get Bogan on the week before Expo, but he says he might end up being busy, so I might just drag Matt Waits and Pugs in instead if Bogan can't make it.
So Matt especially. No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
Pugs and Matt be absolutely great.
And Pugs can just sit in the corner and nod his head, and we'll just get Matt talking.
Him.
That's what we'll do.
He is the new vaping whore.
Anyway, let's wrap this up. We will pick on Adam first.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us and putting up with our random ends to the show.
Very random.
Very random. Are you okay there? The very random ends of the show. All the spanners in chat, thank you very much for keeping us safe. And also for your questions. Thank you for putting your questions in. If you don't, then we don't answer them. It's as easy as that. And always try and make sure that they're pinned on this week's post. Because otherwise, I've got to go and find 4 of them on last week's post.
Stu, we can't even get his fucking flights right.
Yeah, exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, I did say it at the beginning of the show, little selfless plug. I am now podcasting on Amazon Music, Spotify, and Audible. All you have to do is search for.
You've just not written that down, have you? And you look down at it then.
And
I haven't. I haven't written it down.
And he's not on Apple because he hates all Apple users.
Yes, fuck you, Apple. He says with a pair of AirPods on his desk. But I'm on Audible, Amazon Music, and also on Spotify. The early versions of the podcast are over there. All you have to do is search for it. It's all a little weird. I have put a little bit of work into it this week, so please head over and have a listen. Other than that, thanks, boys. I always love casting with you. It's always a great laugh, and I hope we don't come on together next week. Sync-wise, you know what I mean.
Oh, Jesus.
Push me a bit there, bro.
Oh.
God, I miss the Queen. Fuck shit and monkey tits.
How is Adam? On to Aiden.
Big love to everybody who supported us this week, and thank you very much for sticking the thumbs up. It's always nice feeling when you stick the thumbs up. Thank you so much to all the spanners who keep us safe. Without you lot in chat, we are absolutely nothing on the UK's #1 vape show. Don't forget to come and check us out. I'm going to say this week. Mr. B is not very well at all, ladies and gentlemen, so please go and show him some love. My brother had a bit of a shitty week this week. That's why there's not been his daily juice review out, because he's been smashing them reviews out.
Yeah,
please go over to my brother Solo and go and give him a sub and go and watch his reviews.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll all, fingers crossed, be back next week. So make sure you come and see the 3 Men in a Vape Show and also the UK Vape Show, and we can all sync together. More about manscaping. Another thing as well is, just before we go, I will be doing an Expo special of juices and people who are going to be at Expo. So that's coming up on the show. Oh, well, on the channel.
I can't wait.
I was thinking about fucking 2 years, but here we go. Well, this is where I come from, casting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So over to the wonderful Victor Mullins.
Big thanks to all the spanners for keeping chat flowing. Big thanks to the wonderful co-hosts, Mr. Adam and Mr. Aiden, for another phenomenally wonderful show that went a bit weird at the end, but that's what we're doing now these days, apparently. So, big thanks to...
I'm not the one on the fucking Saturday show or Friday one either.
For the people that don't know, I'm one of the regular hosts of the proper vape show with John that used to be Proper Coils. That's on every Friday.
You an Irish accent then?
What?
The
No.
proper.
No, I don't know.
Proper.
It did sound like it, didn't he? The proper.
No.
Yeah,
My,
he's hung around with him
my
for
Irish
too long.
accent sounds weird. Also, if you want to pop into the after show, I'll be popping in there for like a half an hour or so. The link is pinned wrong way around, Vic. There,
Somewhere up there.
at the very top of chat. Thank you very much, Steampunks. Next week, we've got a special guest, Birdman. So it's going to be all about mechs and stuff, and us three are going to be in the corner scared. Basically. Anyway, that's it from us. We'll see you all next week on the UK's #1 show to do with vaping. See you next week. Bye!
Bye.
It's what?
It's fun.
Full bag beanie.